All right. What's good, my good people? What's good? We are a couple minutes away from the WNBA draft. I saw some sad news, in my opinion. All right. Hines Allen to the Indiana Fever. Hines Allen? Yeah, what is this, man? Hold on, fam. What's going on, man? What's going on with this? Hey, how y'all feel about that? I want to know that first. How do y'all feel about that? I want to get y'all opinion because I'm seeing mixed emotions on Twitter. But I'm going to keep it a gram, man. That ain't it, dog. That ain't it, dog. It ain't it, fam. Father Time, what's up, fam? Wasted. In the building, what's going on? I see y'all, man. We almost live for it. It's almost time. Robert, what's up, man? Scott in the building. Well, everybody probably ain't gonna make the roster. That's true too. That's true. Man, look here. Hines literally is 6'1", man. She's 6'1". And I'm saying, yeah, she's strong. She can, yeah, okay. She's strong and she drives it to the rim, right? But dog, what else? What else, man? I'm saying she gonna protect Caitlin. All right, that's cool too. But what else? Man, we don't need more paint clogging, dog. We don't need it. We don't need more paint clogging, fam. This hurt, man. This hurt me. Timothy, what's up, fam? Charles in the building. Rick. Who you got number one? Look, honestly, it would be smart for them to do Olivia Miles. It would be smart. That's their smartest move. If you're not going with Iowa, you're not going with Betts, the next best thing you can do is get you a passer, a playmaker. If you're not going to bet on your young backcourt in the first place. But I have a feeling they're going to go Azzi. I have a feeling. You know, like Allen. Timothy, man, look, it's nothing against her. It's just we don't need her skill set in the Indiana Fever right now. We don't need that. We have enough of that. We need more floor stretching. We need size, man. We need that size, dog. Look, they got Azzi Fudd going first here. Look at it. Oh, my goodness. Allen, and I get that. She'll protect Cece. I get it. But at some point, man, we got to be busting teams on the court. We got to be busting their butts on the court, man. We got Sophie to protect her. You only need one person, really, to protect her. What's up, Average? I see you in the building. I have a few players who y'all might not be paying attention to, who I want to go through as well. We'll talk about it.
You've heard this is
too loud. My bad, y'all.
That is a reality. 45 players will step into their WNBA futures, including Azzi Fudd, the 2025 national champion, one of the best shooters in UConn history. And right now, ESPN has her number one in the mock draft. Wnba has been a professional overseas since she was just 15 years old. She says it's that experience that's given her the maturity to be in the conversation for the top pick. We're counting you down to the 2026 WNBA draft.
Tonight is a night of excitement and anticipation. that started a journey into something bigger.
With the first pick in the 1997 WNBA draft, the Houston Comets select Tina Thompson.
It was an honor to be the #1 pick, but what excited me most was all of professional women's basketball was entering a new era.
No problem, huh? Three. No problem.
The DNA of the WNBA.
Ooh, I see JDA. I appreciate you, fam.
This generation has
Can't wait for the front
demonstrated
office
to
to
the
get ready
world
for
that
Johnson. We
women's
got
basketball
questions available.
is
Oh my
fearless,
goodness.
unstoppable, powerful, and legendary. This is not just about a rival. This is carrying a legacy. This is the WNBA. It's what we do.
Welcome to WNBA Countdown.
What's good, Level
presented
Up?
by Google Pixel.
It's gonna be great.
Well,
Yeah,
at the
it's
risk
gonna
of
be
quoting
special.
Hamilton, that's a
We're gonna
look
see
at
what
the
happens.
room where it happens. Yeah, that is the Dallas Wings draft headquarters here. They, of course, hold the #1 pick for the second consecutive season. It's their third in franchise history. They are deliberating, they are discussing, and in just under an hour, we will hear their selection as we welcome you to the 2026 WNBA draft. I'm Malika Andrews, alongside my sisters here, Andrea Carter, Shanae Agumake. And Shanae, you know better than most what these women are feeling. You were the #1 pick back in 2014, my friend.
Look, years ago, I was losing my mind at this time. You're nervous, but you're so excited. It's a moment that transforms your life. It's a moment you've been waiting for ever since you picked up a ball for the first time. And here is the throwback. Connecticut.
There
Sun,
she
Connecticut
is.
Sun. The only thing I wish I could redo was probably my outfit, but hey,
No.
good, feel good, stay good. My mama
Don't throw
picked it
shade
out.
at the outfit.
No, it's all right. These ladies.
Look at the smiles. That's the best accessory you could ask for.
you're
Look
right.
at that smile.
You're
It's
right.
the way you skipped up the steps
Oh,
for me.
well, it's because Neka slapped me in the back because I paused.
Yeah.
I blacked out a little bit because I was so nervous about the moment. But the fact that my sister had the same thing 2 years prior to me and said, go and have your moment and shine. It's a sisterhood. And I'm so excited for these ladies.
And we've certainly seen that on display already with pairs of teammates talking about how special it is to share this moment with each other. But Andrea, what is the question that we have been being asked all day long? Who is going?
Who is the #1 overall pick?
So for the last time, I promise, I am going to ask you this question. If you are in those draft headquarters with the Dallas Wings, how are you evaluating this?
It's hard, right? Because this is the thing. It's not like we
Y'all
can't
let me
tell
know
what the
if y'all
#1
wanna hear
overall
them
pick
or
is
y'all
because
wanna
there's
talk
not one
about
player
some
that
of the picks.
stands out. It's because there's really 3 players that are extremely talented that could fill a very specific need for Dallas. In past seasons, it didn't matter who was going to get the
No
#1
problem,
overall pick.
Robert.
We knew who was going #1
Right.
overall. This season, if they want a sharpshooter, if they want a point guard, if they want a queen of versatility, they've got a few different options.
Yeah, I completely agree. And let's dive into them because Azzi Fudd is the best shooter in basketball. And to me, she's honestly the front runner because last year at UConn, operating the pick and roll. Do y'all see that? You blink, she knocks it down. Now, Alabama, very versatile forward as well. She plays well downhill. She has many skill sets from shooting the face-up shot to also dribbling the basketball and passing it. And last but not least, the dark horse is Olivia Miles, the best passer in the glass. Very reminiscent of Chelsea Gray, very Magic Johnson-esque. So the Dallas Wings have options. And lastly, I'll say this. I texted my longtime former head coach, Kurt Miller.
You got a text back?
Can you tell me? I got a text back, and he said, ha, 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 with the emoji with the zipper on his mouth. So we'll all find out in real time.
So
Just one
basically,
zipper or 3?
You couldn't get the tea?
Nah, man.
If she couldn't get the tea, then we know that no one is going to be able to before
You
this
had one
selection
job, buddy.
is in. No, we're not going to say that she failed at that. We appreciate you trying here, Shanae. But the odds say right now it is Azzi Fudd that sits atop who we could see selected for this #1 pick. But again, unlike years past where this has been really a consensus, this has been a conversation here. And you can see the odds and how they shake out for who we could see the Dallas Wings selecting #1 overall in just under 30 minutes here. But right now, the People's Princess, who you see right there at the top, joins us right here on WNBA Countdown. Azzi Fudd, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Hi, Azzi.
How are you feeling? You're looking absolutely stunning.
Thank you. You guys look incredible as well, as always.
Well, we appreciate that. I mean, nothing next to you here, but I mean, have you let this moment soak in that you could, in just a couple of moments here, a couple of minutes, be hearing your name called as the #1 pick?
I mean, I am just so grateful to be here, but I feel like this whole weekend has been such a pinch me experience. It's been so surreal. Just to be with this incredible draft class, to get a chance to talk to some vets at dinner, just to get to know people in the W. It's been so insane. And so to even be in the conversation as a #1 draft pick is unreal. But just to be here tonight, to get drafted, to hear my name called, no matter what pick I go, I'm going to be so excited.
You know, Azzi, first of all, you look amazing. And I had a basketball question in my mind, but I'm a little distracted by your nails. I know you trimmed your nails before you hit 8 threes against Syracuse. Can we see what the nails have going on now?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, gorgeous.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm obsessed with them. They're so cool.
Yes. No, it's just amazing to see you and how much you've grown throughout your college career. But one of my favorite pictures that we always use on ESPN was when you were little and your right arm is wrapped up in like plastic wrap so that you could dribble with your left hand. When you think about that picture, when you think about your childhood and things that you used to do, how surreal is it for you to be there? It is. What are some things that you remember working on and developing to get to this moment?
I mean, little things like that when you have parents as coaches, like that's a game to them,
Yep.
you know? But constantly in the gym, I mean, obviously getting shots up, working on my shot. That's why it is the way it is. The repetition, the discipline that my parents instilled in me. But I think just putting that extra work in, I feel like I've fallen in love with the process of what it takes to become, you know, deserving to be at the level that you're at. So I think that's also something that I'm super excited for at the next level, is just to learn, to grow, to be surrounded by more greatness.
And you mentioned your parents. I feel like one of the big if you know situations is your name. Azzi, modeled after Jennifer Azzi. I feel like your mom has manifested this moment for you. What does it mean to share this with your family?
It means everything. I mean, I've got my family here. I've got my parents, my brothers, my grandparents, cousins, aunts, uncles, my entire team. I am surrounded, my best friends, surrounded by everyone I love, and that's poured into me to help me get to this place.
When you think back to that little girl that we just saw there, who grew up to be the #1 high school recruit, who now is in the conversation to be the #1 pick in the draft, what would you want that little girl that your parents raised you to dream big to know about where she is about to head?
I think if I were to talk to my younger self, I would be in disbelief. I don't think I'd believe what I was telling her. I really don't know. I'm literally living my dream right now. I'm living out my dream, and it's such a blessing.
You know, not necessarily your younger self, Azzi, but the self that got injured. I mean, you went through a multitude of tough, long recoveries to get back out on the floor. What was it about that journey and the multitude of journeys that you went on to get back to playing that you remember most that have helped you be who you are?
I mean, you bringing that up is crazy because I feel like no matter who you are, what you go through, I feel like you go through that phase of being injured where you're like, will I make it back? Will I be the same player? Will I be good enough? So to be here, to be back, I think going through all that adversity, through those injuries has showed me that I am good enough. I am strong enough. I'm resilient. I'm strong. So I think it just, even more full circle moment, it's made me who I am.
And you also mentioned being back here. You have done a great job supporting your teammates in year past at the draft, but now this is your moment. What have you heard from your teammates, your friends, about being ready for this moment?
Just to soak it all up, that it's my moment to be excited, but at the same time, you know, I am here because of everyone that's poured into me. So it's my moment, but it's our moment. So like I've heard lots of screaming from them, looking at my outfits. So I want to take pictures with them. I want to share this moment. I want to celebrate with them later. I just want to share it with everyone.
Yeah. And sharing it is exactly what you should be doing. Soaking this up because this really is your moment, Azzi. And we are all so very thrilled for you, excited for you. We won't take up any more of your time. We know that the butterflies are probably setting in right about now.
It's getting so close.
It's getting so close. It's getting so real. Thank you so much for the time. Best of luck tonight. And a huge congratulations to you and to your entire family here.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
Absolutely. The People's
Congratulations,
Princess
Azzi.
getting ready for her WNBA draft moment, but she is not the only one. Olivia Miles, who she told us the glasses were an homage, a little nod here, Andrea, to the goggles that she wears on the court and that court vision.
Yeah, we got some of those goggles during the season. We got to check out the goggle game.
Were you able to pass like her after?
Oh, yeah, not that.
And Lauren Betts hoping to be a part of history tonight as UCLA could see the most players drafted by an individual school in a single draft in WNBA history. We're counting it down. We'll be right back.
WNBA Countdown.
Honestly, man, I mean, the thing with picking Azzi to go to the wings is just, I just don't understand it because they got Enrique back, right? You got Paige, who's a scorer. and then you're gonna get Azzi, who's a scorer. Like I don't necessarily think you should put Azzi at the 1. That's just in my opinion. I don't think her ball handle is that strong. But I think she's a prolific scorer. I think she can knock down the shot. So I don't know. It's not making sense to me. Pope, my guy, what's good, my guy? Pope don't slid through. Okay. Oh, dang, hold on. I hit the wrong one. My bad. There we go. My guy Pope in the building. Shout out, Pope, man. Shout out, my guy Pope. But yeah, I don't know, man. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me. It's too passive. Hey, Fly Cool Dude, what's up, fam? Couple minutes away. Come on, man. Love your streams. I appreciate you, Andre. I appreciate you. They going big. You think Dallas going big? I mean, if you look at their front court, they ended up getting the Lynx front court without fee. That's basically what it looked like. Atlanta and Shepherd. It's a nice front court. I can't hold you. 2 6'4" players. Both can run the floor. Both get in the passing lanes. Kind of a headache, right? Atlanta can stretch the floor, right? I think it's a nice front court, honestly. But I'm like, if you don't go Iowa or I mean, I don't know, man. It just doesn't make sense to me. Why get Azzi? Unless you're going to depend on those young guards you have. JJ, Zaza, you depend on them to run your 1, I guess, if that's what you want to do. But yeah, I just think if you add Iowa or Olivia, man, it could turn y'all up. Shoot, Olivia Miles been talking the whole time saying how dominant they can be together. Olivia and Paige said they'll be the best backcourt in the league. I said, hold on, man. Did you did you forget? You got Caitlin and Kelsey coming back? Did you forget? Hey, but look, I think Paige and Olivia would be nasty, though, honestly. I think they'll be nasty. Let me see. Why not get another shooting guard? It's just, I don't understand it, man. You got Enrique, who's a shooting guard, Paige, who's a shooting guard. Then you're going to mess around and get Azzi? I don't know, man. It's not clicking for me, dog. It's not clicking for me. Hey, I mean, anything could work, you know. Who's your bet for the Fever? Man, I mean, after this Allen sign, man, I really don't know. I really don't know, honestly. They might just go small again, go with Yaquez. I don't know, man, honestly. I wouldn't be mad at Yaquez. Only thing with her is the shooting consistency. That would be the only thing with me. She's going to give you everything else. She's going to hustle, you know. She's good off the screens. Yeah, I mean, Yaquez is a hooper. Is the shooting consistent. That's it. Where do you want Azzi to go? Let me see. Hold on. I think I got rid of. Let me look at the picks. See what makes sense. Hold on, we back.
UCLA won it all, and they have a chance to make more history tonight because we could see 6 players drafted this year. That would set a new draft record in spring. Groundbreaking. Why are we saying that? Oh, it's because the Devil Wears Prada star Anne Hathaway has a very special message. Check it out.
Hello, everyone. On behalf of the entire cast of The Devil Wears Prada 2, we'd like to say congratulations on all you have accomplished. We'll continue to watch you shine from the sidelines as you enter the next phase of your careers. And we're loving the fabulous fashion looks you are serving. So keep going, keep inspiring, both on and off the court. And as Miranda Priestley would say, that's all.
That's all, but it's not all, because we have some champs, Lauren Betts and Kiki Rice here. Can you believe that Anne Hathaway was just complimenting your style?
Girl, I love her.
It's literally one of my favorite movies ever. So, wow.
And the sequel, we could not be more excited for, because if it's anything like the original, and you guys are having the sequel to your championship moment tonight, right? This is what the work that you have put in has all been for here. But being able to lean on each other, sharing it with teammates, what does that mean to you?
I mean, it's everything to us. I mean, I feel like we've been each other's support system all year. And so I think to have this experience with them and go through this process has been amazing. And, you know, we've leaned on each other and we love each other so much. And it's just another part of our journey together. Just so excited.
Kiki, we mentioned the history that you all could make with so many, yourself and so many of your teammates having the opportunity to be drafted. When you hear that it's not just you, but it's this collective that could be going into the WNBA sisterhood together, how do you feel?
I think it just makes this moment that much more special. I mean, this has been a dream of ours since we were all little girls, and to be able to share it with our sisters, our best friends, and to see each other walk across that stage, I feel like we're going to be crying for each other, tears of joy, but it's just going to be so exciting and so special.
That's perfect, because 8 days ago you had more tears of joy. My first question is, have you slept yet?
I don't think I've slept more than 4 hours.
Team no sleep in the city that never sleeps.
Exactly. What was the best behind the scenes moment from winning a national championship? Because you guys are on a heck of a ride right now.
Yeah. I mean, I think the best part behind the scenes was the celly after.
Yeah, the celebration for sure. The bus ride to the airport.
No, we were shaking that plane.
And we only got to see some of it on TikTok, right? I mean, I'm sure there was there was a little turbulence. Absolutely, there should be. I'm curious, because sometimes it's hard to. Chanae and I have a difficult time with rapid fire, so we're going to ask you to be better than we are at this. Lauren, I want to know from you first, and then Kiki, you about Lauren. What is a team getting when they draft her? Lauren, you first.
Ooh, about Key.
Yeah.
Man, just like the smartest basketball player I've ever seen. I mean, Kiki she wants to create for her teammates. She wants to win. She competes hard on both ends of the floor, and she's willing to do whatever it takes to make a team win.
Thank you. I mean, with Lo, I just feel like they're getting a force on both ends of the floor. She's a rim protector, she's a shot blocker, and she's also someone who you can go to when you need a bucket. Countless times she's come up so big for us this year. So I just feel like she's someone who, is going to be a dominant force on both ends.
I love that.
What would you say, yes, here for it. What would you say is the biggest lesson you learned in this run winning a national championship that will help translate to the next level, both of you?
I mean, I honestly would say just being able to play with so many other players who are WNBA players, are pros, and be able to work collectively in a group and be selfless, figure out ways to win, I think is something so special. You don't always get that in college, but that's what it's going to be like in the pros. So I think we just all know we're going to be able to transition well because we have that experience of playing with a lot of really high-level players.
That's a great answer. That is a great answer. I mean, yeah, just, especially as rookies, I mean, just like find your role and work really hard in that and ask great questions. But yeah, I mean, Kiki said it best. I mean, I think we just found a really great way to work with each other and sacrifice to, come together for a goal.
And what's really cool is that Coach Corey Close, who is a national championship head coach, which is amazing, she said that operative work, the word is work. The fact that you guys work so hard, that's what separates you. So I'm excited for the next level. Lastly, really quickly, you both have really strong support systems. What does this moment mean for both of them?
Man, my family, my best friends, everybody's here, and our whole UCLA program. To have all of them here is just so special, and I wouldn't be here without them. So I'm just so thankful.
I would just echo that. I mean, I have so many people here supporting, and it takes a village to get here, so we're just all so grateful.
Oh, I love that you all are able to do this together, even dressing coordinated with coach dressing, all of you. So I love that this is something that's been a moment that you all are sharing collectively. I love that you said that you had goosebumps watching the in-bump that we had of you winning a championship. I have a feeling that tonight is going to hold more of those moments and memories for you. Ladies, thank you so much. Best of luck tonight. Soak it in with you and your families and enjoy. We really appreciate the time. Before we get to more hoops here, we do have NCAA Gymnastics Championship semifinals. They're on ESPN2 once again. We have expanded coverage, though, this year on ESPN+. You have the first rotation Thursday. That's at 4:30 Eastern. The top 2 teams in each semi make it to Saturday afternoon's team final, and that is on ABC and the ESPN app. Coming up on WNBA Countdown, Flau'jae Johnson, the 2-time AP All-American, 3-time All-SEC selection. She's had an incredible week. She looks incredible from the 360 cam to performing at the top of the Empire State Building. Chanae, we tried.
we in second place. We in like 15th place right now.
What's this? What's not 8 but snacked? We'll be right back.
Well, so I was looking at rosters. I'm like, hold on, let me see who got. And right now, I mean, it just really depends on if she want to start or not. If she's fine coming off the bench for her first year, I think she'll be solid with the Lynx. I think she'll be pretty solid because I don't think she's taking K-Mac's spot unless they move K-Mac over. I thought it was K-Mac. Nah, she 5'11". I wouldn't move K-Mac over. Although she can get physical, man. She can get down. If you wanted to go a little smaller on some lineups, you can put Azzi in with K-Mac. Because they're going to end up doing that with Dallas. They're going to end up doing that anyway, man. So, yeah, I don't know, man. If that's what they want to do. I mean, we saw what the small ball was doing last year. With Dejanay, Paige, and Rike, it wasn't working. It wasn't looking good. K-Mac injured right now. She should be coming back, though, right? Yo, C-Th would be better than all the rooks. Hey, look, she going to be hooping, dog. They activated her rookie contract, too. That mean I think that means she playing, if I'm not mistaken. I think that means she playing. So if she playing, I wanted her to play last year. She gonna go in with the Sky, man. Dom, I really don't know, man. After that Allen's pick, my mind is blown, man. They might go Yaquez. They might go Yaquez. But I would say after that, they could possibly, get some more size, man. They need it. They need some size, dog. They need some size. Man, what's that? What's that Kentucky big, man? I can't remember her name right now. But I remember I watched her play with Amore. And she got some skill, man. Y'all know what I'm talking about? What was her name? Is it Tiani? Man, I can't remember her name. I don't know why I can't remember her name. She's a senior, though. Hold on, I can look it up. Tiani Key, yes. Now, she can't really shoot, although she's confident in it. She'll pull it. She'll give you about 1 or 2 threes a game. But, man, that girl can rebound. Her dribble, her ball handle is pretty solid to be 6'5", dog. She's 6'5", bringing the ball up the way she is. Pushing tempo. I'm like, hold on, man. She's skillful around the rim. Hold on now. Got some defense on her. Y'all think Rory will get selected? Only thing with Rory, man, she's like 5'7". She's 5'7". I think when she get on the street, she can get hot. As we saw, what game was that? The UCLA game when the team was struggling. She was hitting from the elbow, right? And she liked the mid-range game. She can play make a little bit. Yeah, it's just – and I like her defensively. I like her defensively too. She can get gritty. But, yeah, man, that size, she's 5'7". She don't necessarily, like, stretch the floor like that. And I don't know, is the is the mid-range enough for a 5'7" player? Is it enough? Because it's almost like the shorter you are, the more you have to bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? It's tough, man.
Because goats aren't just born.
Are we back or? I don't think we're back just yet. When Hannah from Iowa in the second round. Man, Hannah's gonna go first round, man. Oh, you talking about Hannah Stokey. I got you. I thought you was talking about Hannah Hidalgo. I was like, look, when it's her time, she's gonna be first round, dog. Honestly, man, I would like Deakins too. I know her shot is slow and all that.
15 of the women
But, man,
who are
we can
hoping to hear
work
their
that.
names called have been invited to join us here
You
in New
took
York
the
City.
Wilson
And you
off the
see them
ball.
there up on stage,
We can
including
work with you.
LSU's Flau'jae Johnson, and she joins us now.
We can work
Flau'jae,
with
thank you so much for
Not
the
that
time.
athletic,
Thank you for having me.
right?
Thank you for having me.
Of course, you look
man,
beautiful. How are you
All right, I'm gonna
feeling
let
in
y'all
this
hear it.
moment?
I'm feeling really good. I'm super thankful. I'm really grateful that I'm able to be in this position.
Flaw going
I
to
was in high
Chicago.
school, unranked. Now I'm at the WNBA draft. It's an amazing opportunity.
I'm sure it's super special, but first we have to talk about the outfit because it is probably my favorite of the night. What are you wearing?
My earpiece.
She says it's not the accessory she needs. There it is.
Can you hear now?
Yes.
Okay, what are you wearing, sis?
Big Kaina. Shout out to my stylist Elliot. He got me so right.
Y'all can hear him?
I told my team, I was like, I want to look like I'm going to the WNBA draft at 6 and the Met Gala at 6:30, and I think they.
I would say that they delivered on
Can
that
y'all hear me,
mission,
Flaw?
right, Flau'jae? And you've had a heck of a week. You not only are here at the WNBA draft, but over the weekend, you were at the top of the Empire State Building, and you were performing a new song. And Sinead, this is my favorite lyric. She says, I'm bus to bus, jet to jet. I be out on the road, from the court to the booth to the front cover of Vogue. If you don't look like the front cover of Vogue right now, then I don't know what to say, Flau'jae.
Wait, Flau'jae, I have told many people that you're going to be the first to be in the WNBA and win a Grammy.
Oh, absolutely, and I'm glad you know.
So what was that experience like,
I hear
performing
it.
at the top of the Empire State Building?
It was amazing. It was amazing to be able to do this and show people that I still do both. You know, it's draft night.
Yeah.
Empire State Building, performing my song, whoa, like it was going crazy.
And one thing I love about you, Flau'jae, is that you keep the main thing, your passion, your love for hoops. You finished at LSU the second most with wins all time. What did that experience in the Bayou really help you, catapult you to this moment today?
Man, just toughness. I think, playing under Coach Moki, you have to be tough. Playing in front of the best friends in the world, the best fans in the world, you have to be focused. You have to be committed and dedicated. And that's what I was for 4 years. And I feel like it made me ready for this moment right now.
And that translated to averaging an absurd 95 points a game as a team. That's the most in Division I women's basketball in the last 35 years. How do you see that offensive ability translating to the W?
Oh, man, just me doing my thing, getting out in transition, 3-ball, reads. I mean, we like to play fast. I like to play fast. The W is way faster, so I think I'll translate well.
Really quickly, you're not a stranger to viral moments, but so is your little brother. He's amazing.
Yes.
What has this moment been, sharing it with family?
Oh my gosh, it's been the most amazing thing I could have done. It's been having my family here, my mother, all 3 of my little brothers, and my older brother. My family means everything to me, so I'm so thankful to them. Shout out Aiden, shout out Trey, shout out Dixon and Ethan.
What a beautiful, beautiful thing to be able to share such a dream realized with family. Flau'jae, thank you so much. Best of luck tonight. And this is it. This is the years of hard work, the late nights in the gym that nobody saw, the extra shots that all of you got up. This is the culmination of all of that hard work as 45 young women hope to hear their names called tonight. It is time to send you over to the voice of the WNBA on ABC. Ryan Rucco, the WNBA draft is here.
All right, Malika, thank you very much. New York,
You bet.
what better destination for a show-stopping night. Incredible atmosphere here at the Shed at Hudson Yards. And as our game keeps growing, so do the lines. Look at the line to get into this building for this night. Everybody fired up for the WNBA draft. Awa, Fam, Tiam, the Spanish center, ready to go. How about Lauren Betts, fresh off a national championship?
Azzi
Fudd be the first pick of this year's WNBA draft. All these young women shining tonight as their basketball dreams are about to come true.
Let's go, baby.
Tonight is a night of excitement and anticipation. The start of a journey into something bigger.
With the first pick in the 1997 WNBA draft, the Houston Comets select Tina Thompson.
It was an honor to be the #1 pick, but what excited me most was all of professional women's basketball was entering a new era.
Teresa Weatherspoon at the buzzer, a three! Oh, she put it in! Lisa Leslie, she got that for the first time in WNBA history.
The DNA of the W evolves. This generation has demonstrated to the world that women's basketball is fearless, unstoppable, powerful, and legendary. This is not just about arriving. This is carrying a legacy. This is the WNBA. It's what
we does in the chat for El Professor, OG, Izzy in chat. Who does Indiana draft?
We welcome you to the WNBA Draft 2026, presented by State Street Investment Management SPY. We are at the Shed at Hudson Yards. Azzi Fudd, ready to hear her name tonight. How about Marta Suarez? Yeah, terrific.
Professor, after that, Allen sign, I don't know, though.
After, performing
shout out to Drew
at
too,
the top
man.
of the Empire State Building in Wnba, the talented Spanish center, ready to get selected as well. It's been a busy offseason already. Free agency, the buzz has not stopped. How about Angel Reese, traded from Chicago to the Dream? Satu Sabali joining the New York Liberty and all the talent they already have. Nneka Ogwumike, the legend for the LA Sparks, back out west with LA. You also have Skylar Diggins headed to Chicago with a completely revamped Sky this season, and Gabby Williams moving to the Valkyries. Golden State looking to build off what was a historic expansion season. Everybody filing in, and we are about ready to go as we welcome you to our perch. Hey, everybody, Ryan Rucco alongside the Hall of Famer Rebecca Lobo, Andrea Carter. So happy to be with you for the 2026 WNBA Draft. Rebecca, I know you feel like this is an especially historic night for all the young women who are about to be selected.
Ryan, this is the best draft in the 30-year history of the WNBA to be a draftee. And it's not only because of the huge increase in rookie salaries, but the huge increase in opportunities for these players to make a roster. From last year to this year, you have 54 additional roster spots, not only because of the 2 expansion teams, because of the 30 slots you now have for those developmental players. I think you're going to see more, or you could see more rookies on opening day rosters this year than we have in a very, very long time.
Drea, we also have something else that is new, and that is some drama at the top of the draft tonight.
Yeah, Rebecca just named some guarantees, right? More money, more roster spots. You know what's not guaranteed is who is the #1 overall pick, and it's because there are a few talented players that could fill a very specific need for Dallas. If Dallas wants sharp shooting, they would go with Azzi Fudd. If they want a true point guard, they would go with Olivia Miles. If they want someone who is versatile and has size and can be a defensive monster on that end, they would go with Wnba. There are 3 players who have excellent cases to go #1 overall. And a lot of people may think they know who goes #1. I know I heard a ton of fans cheering for Azzi Fudd, rightfully so, but we can't say for certain, which is different than previous years.
Yeah, we'll find out soon enough. Meanwhile, historic night for UCLA. We know that for sure. For more on the national champions, let's send things over to another Hall of Famer. Here is Holly Rowe.
Well, Ryan, it was just over a week ago that this team was making history as the first NCAA national champions, and they have a chance to make history again tonight. Coach Close, about half your team might be drafted tonight. how have you developed the talent of these people behind me, but also the character and the quality of these young women?
Well, it starts with them. They have to have the commitment to put in the work, to develop the championship habits, as well as to become pro ready. I also have an incredible staff who's been so intentional with our player development plan. So I'm just along for the ride.
Okay, the ride should be fun tonight. How nervous are we right now? Anybody? Kiki?
We're excited. What not to be excited for?
Okay, Lauren, how we feeling?
Excited, nervous, all of it.
Okay, tummies are churning. We're all very excited up here. History will be made tonight one way or the other. Ryan?
Oh, no doubt, Holly. Well, you see the potential draft picks tonight for UCLA. First of all, this group of 6 seniors accounted for 100% of UCLA's points in the Final Four, something that had never been done. The draft record for most players selected in a single draft from a single school is 5 players. It's been done 4 times. UCLA has an excellent chance to have 6 players go tonight, which would be a new record. You can't say enough about Corey Close, these 6 seniors, that team, and what they've done this year. And I guess the party continues for them.
What a life-changing 8 days it has been for these young women. They bring their school their first NCAA national championship in this era, and now 8 days later, they're finding out where they're getting to go play. Nothing changes your life quite like that at that age.
Well, I think about how special this night is for everyone who is involved, right? But it's certainly special for the national championship winners that just won a week ago. And then even more so for UCLA, who has 6 draftees on their roster. And what I really enjoyed about watching UCLA was how everyone, especially the seniors, looked like they knew their role perfectly. And they executed their role to a T to contribute to the collective success. That's what you need in the WNBA, to understand your role and know how to do it with your team.
Their role tonight for all of them is to limit their nerves as best as they possibly can until they hear their names called.
It cannot be easy. Well, it is about time to officially get the festivities started tonight. For that, we send things over to the podium to the commissioner of the WNBA. Here is Kathy Engelbert.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 2026 WNBA Draft presented by State Street Investment Management SPY. I say this every season, but it truly bears repeating. This is the most special night on our calendar. Tonight, we welcome the next generation of stars to the WNBA. To the outstanding draft prospects, congratulations. This moment is the result of years of dedication, sacrifice, and belief in yourselves. Take a breath. Take it all in. Think about how far you've come, from early mornings and late nights at the gym to big games under bright lights, and now to this stage right here. This is your moment. And what a moment it is to be joining the W. You're joining this league at the most transformative time in our history. Together with the amazing athletes of the WNBA, we've just reached the most historic collective bargaining agreement in the history of women's sports. And we are expanding, and we're thrilled to welcome the Portland Fire and the Toronto Tempo this year to the league. We're also reaching new heights in visibility with new and renewed broadcast and marketing partnerships that are elevating our game around the world. We just unveiled our season 30 campaign, announcing that this year will be both a celebration and a launch pad, and will honor and celebrate the players, moments, and communities that built the WNBA, all while introducing our most ambitious slate of fan activations to date, creating a season-long experience that brings fans closer to the W than ever before. All of this is to say to our draft prospects right in front of me, you're arriving at the perfect moment. This is the start of the next incredible chapter of our league story, and I can't wait to see how each of you helps write it. And with that, it's time to officially get this draft started.
Let's go.
Dallas Wings, you are on the clock.
All right.
Kamish, thank you very much. Well, you take a look at consecutive first overall picks in the history of this league. Go back to Seattle, Lauren Jackson, Sue Bird. You know what that yielded? Titles. How about Seattle again a decade and a half later? Jewel Lloyd, Stewie, titles. Aces, Plum, Asia, Jackie.
Titles.
That's right. And the Indiana Fever, Hope, Aaliyah Boston, and Caitlin Clark eventually equal titles. Dallas now building their foundation with Paige Beckers, the #1 overall pick last year, and now this year they have the #1 overall selection as well. And I know, Rebecca, you know what Dallas has done this offseason already, the way they've revamped the roster has caught your eye.
It's been impressive what they were able to do in free agency, especially shoring up their front court. When you look at the signing of Alana Smith and Jess Shepard, both of those players can be really helpful. Alongside Paige Beckers, Arike Ogunbowale, can they build a big three through this #1 pick?
I love the addition of Alana Smith. I mean, you talk about someone that works so hard on the court. She can defend multiple positions. Their defense immediately gets better with the presence of Alana Smith. And you mentioned shoring up their front court, which when we were debating about who the first pick is going to be, seeing the moves that Dallas made in free agency makes me lean a little more towards the Azzi Fudd train for the #1 overall pick because of the way Dallas has added to their front court already.
All right, let's get the official. This is some intrigue this year on who's going to be #1. You're saying Azzi, Drea.
There is intrigue. I was really thinking Awa Famtiam because not to go too deep into their matrix, when you think about someone that can set a ball screen, short roll, create out of that, where the defense, if they have to give attention to Famtiam on the inside, that opens up opportunities for Arike Ogunbowale, Paige Beckers, whether it's an on-ball screen or an off-ball screen. But I'm going Azzi. She immediately feels the need of three-point shooting for Dallas.
After the way Azzi Fudd was a stud in the Final Four in the national championship a year ago, and the way she was playing early on this season, I have felt all along that Azzi Fudd is the right fit for Dallas.
Well, we are going to find out right now. Let's send things back to the podium to get the first pick of the draft. Here is Commissioner Kathy Engelberg.
With the first pick in the 2026 WNBA draft, the Dallas Wings select Azzi Fudd, University of Connecticut.
That's what we thought. Okay. We'll see if it works.
Azzi celebrating with her mom or dad or Coach Morgan Valley here representing UConn, while Gino Auriemma is at a celebration of life for a member of the UConn family tonight. And you hear the reaction from the crowd, including her teammate once again, Paige Beckers, who you just saw celebrating, as Azzi Fudd is officially the #1 pick of the 2026 WNBA draft. So the first team All-American headed to Dallas.
Azzi Fudd is an elite shooter who could be an all-star as a rookie. Efficiency was the name of her game, in particular from the three-point line, where she shot 45% this season, can get to her mid-range, playmaking, and also was an elite defender on the perimeter this year.
Yeah, 45%. That was a career high for Azzi Fudd. She also averaged a career high 17 points per game, made 117 threes on the season. She's a sharpshooter with a high IQ, but she's also a great cutter. Excellent footwork, quick release. There are so many things that Azzi can bring to an offense immediately with the space that will be on the floor for Dallas because of her presence.
She also becomes the 7th member of the UConn Huskies to be selected #1 overall. Let's send things over to Holly Rowe, who is with Azzi Fudd.
Well, Azzi, this moment seems destined from birth. You're named after a famous basketball player, Jennifer Azzi. How did your family imagine this moment for you and help you put on the hard work in to get here?
I mean, my family means everything to me. They poured into me so much, from being my coaches, my brothers being my rebounders and passers, my grandparents, moving to Connecticut, coming to every game. Every single person in my family has done so much for me, and it means everything that they're here with me today.
One of my favorite pictures we ever saw of you is your arms saran wrapped around you. They've had a vision for how to make you better as a basketball player. How have they made you better as a person?
Oh, I mean, like I've said, they were my coaches on and off the court, but they just showed me what it means to be a great player, a great teammate, and a great person. Every single day, it was just the standard that it was like to be a great person, the excellence. I mean, I don't know, everything oh my gosh, I don't like hearing myself.
All the boxes are checked. Thank you, Mom, Katie, and Tim. You did a great job. All those boxes are checked for this young woman. You know, your whole UConn team here in the front row yelling cheering for you and screaming your name. How important is it for you that you have built this chemistry, not only with your teammates from UConn, but moving forward for the Dallas Wings?
I mean, the fact that every single one of them is here shows you just the chemistry and what they mean to me, the support, and I plan on bringing that, being a great teammate, doing everything I can, whatever the team needs, yeah.
Okay, comfort level, because you've been in the backcourt before with Paige, right? There's a comfort level of who you're, stepping onto the court with next round.
Oh, for sure. I'm excited to play again with Paige. I mean, she's an incredible person, incredible player, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Okay, you, Paige, Arike, buckle up. Let's go, Dallas. This is so fun. Thank you.
Thank you, Holly.
By the way, I agree with Azzi. It can be a little disorienting hearing yourself reverberating.
It takes some time to get used
to. It does. It takes a moment. But really excited to see Azzi in Dallas.
Yeah, certainly. I think she absolutely fits beautifully what they want to do, the kind of offense Coach Jose Fernandez wants to run. Remember, Dallas, one playoff series win since 2010. I would be surprised if this Dallas team is not certainly contending for a playoff position this year.
All right, Minnesota is on the clock right now with the #2 overall pick. After they had the best record in the WNBA regular season last year, they also, thanks to the shrewd moves of their front office, have the #2 overall pick this year. They will be without one key piece until midway through the year, Napheesa Collier, Drea.
Yeah, I mean, and Napheesa Collier, obviously, so much versatility, an MVP candidate. She does so many things for this Minnesota Lynx team because she will be back, because she is on the team. There are two areas where I think this pick could go, and that's the point guard position or the center position. We talked earlier about Atlanta Smith now being in Dallas. That's a hole to fill. I know they have Natasha Howard, and they added her this season, but to me, two ways that Minnesota could go with this pick.
And it's not only Napheesa Collier being out for a while. This is a bit of a revamped roster. No Alana Smith, no Jess Shepard, no Bridget Carlton, no Dejanay Carrington. Those were all important pieces for this Minnesota team a year ago. #2 pick when you've had such a great record the year before. You're building for the future. I don't even think you're considering need. Is it Pham or is it Olivia Miles that you feel like is going to be the one who can really help you long term?
Well, we're going to have that answer in just a moment because the pick is in. Let's go back to the podium right now to Kathy Engelbert to find out who the Minnesota Lynx will be selecting #2 overall.
With the second pick in the 2026 WNBA draft, the Minnesota Lynx select Olivia Miles, Texas Christian.
They went Olivia. Oh, man. Oh, they went Olivia on.
Well, Olivia Miles, the dazzling point guard, the #2 overall pick after all her success at Notre Dame, headed over to TCU. You see the hug for head coach Mark Campbell and the Big 12 Player of the Year there, a 3-time All-American. And Minnesota has been able to have the success they have the last couple of years without a traditional point guard. Now they certainly have one in Olivia Miles as she goes second to the Lynx.
So they want to move Courtney to the 2?
Olivia Miles is an elite and creative playmaker in the mold of Chelsea Gray and Tisha Penicheiro. The numbers she put up her senior year, ridiculous. 19.5 points a game, over 7 boards, over 6.5 assists. And Ryan, yes, dazzling with her passes, the velocity, that she uses to deliver them with both hands. Just an elite point guard.
She has such excellent vision, the ability to know where her teammates are, where they need the ball to be able to score effectively. She is excellent in the pick and roll game. You mentioned Chelsea Gray. She told us that is her favorite player. She's also grown in her ability to knock down threes. 79% of her jumpers are off the dribble, so she can create her own shot as well as her teammates. 6 triple-doubles this season, 12 in her career.
And Olivia Miles is with Holly Rowe.
Hearing your name at number 2, what went through your mind as soon as they called out that pick?
I mean, it's an incredible feeling. So much anticipation. Oh, whoa.
It is weird. Okay, let's just get used to it. It's loud in here. This is us talking.
But yeah, the anticipation is unlike anything I've ever felt before. And then to actually hear it and to have your dreams come true, it's amazing.
We talked earlier and I said, what do you want to bring up in this interview? And you talked about the adversity that you hit in your career. The ACL, you had to sit out for a long time. This year, you rediscovered something special about yourself. What was it?
Betting on myself. At the end of the day, you and your family are the only ones that need to have your back. And I trusted in myself and knew that this decision was right for me. And I think it played out pretty well.
You're talking about going from Notre Dame to TCU, where you had an incredible year this season. I know that your family has been crucial in your journey. Tell me, you've got a little special shout out to them, don't you?
So I had my parents' names and my brother's name stitched into my suit top, if you will, and the date, of course, just to pay homage to people who have been in my life and my career and supported me through so many ups and downs and the adversity that we were just talking about. So I love them very much. They're sitting right there. I love them.
Close to your heart, what a perfect place. Last question, the Minnesota Lynx, they have championship DNA. This is one of the best franchises in all of sports. How can you add immediately when you step on that court?
Yeah, I think I have the highest IQ as a guard, and my feel for the game is unmatched. So I'm just, sorry, I didn't mean that, but I did not mean that in a harmful way, but just the way that I play and the way that I flow with the game, I feel like I can add to the team really well.
Okay, Lindsay Whalen's going to be your coach. She'll decide if you have that flair, but I can't wait for you to learn from her. She's one of the best ever. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Love that innocent confidence there, Olivia Miles. She goes 2 after Azzi Fudd goes 1. Who will go 3 to Seattle? That's next from NYC.
So okay. I guess for backup, I guess. Because they have Courtney still. I don't remember how much they signed Courtney for. I think she got $1 million on her contract. So, yeah, I don't know, man. Why sign? Unless y'all want a good backup, I'm fine with that. But, yeah, you got Courtney. Hey, they know what they want to do. But, she's a solid pick. We all knew that she was going to be drafted top 5. Probably the best playmaker. Only thing I was concerned with Olivia was the defense. But other than that, yeah, she hits threes, calls her number at times, can get downhill at times, but definitely can find her teammates. So I think she's a solid pick. Oh, wait. The mic is the computer taking up the sound, not your God, Mike. But can y'all hear me? What's going on? Can y'all hear me good? Let me know in the chat. And we somehow slide up and get. Hello, what my dog Chris say? Dang, y'all coming real fast. I can't even find them. You good? You good? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Somebody said they were having a hard time hearing. But yeah, I guess they're just thinking backup. They're thinking backup, dog. Not mad at it. It's still a solid pick, but I'm like, you got Courtney. Man, who in their front court now? Hold on. I gotta see that. Are they back? Who in their front court? Because they did lose everybody. They lost everybody. We might be back.
Azzi Fudd, Olivia Miles, you see them as young girls, the first and second pick of this year's draft. Now Seattle on the clock at 3. Andrea, I know just off our open of the broadcast, something stood out to you when we talk about the revamped Seattle roster.
Yeah, we started this show and it was like WNBA headlines and showed multiple departures of superstar players, and back-to-back-to-back players were from Seattle. Gabby Williams, Neko Gumake, and Skylar Diggins. When you talk about the departures, Brittany Sykes, another one as well. They have lost big pieces from the previous season. It's interesting what they do from here.
I mean, no harm when I say this in terms of Seattle, but this is a team that is now shifting their focus to build young talent. It's okay to be in rebuild mode after you lost the veterans that they lost a year ago, and certainly not only with the number 3 pick in this draft, but in the drafts that we have coming in the next couple of years. It is a good time for a team to commit to a rebuild.
And we know trying to build with Dominique Malunga, very talented young player who was a rookie last year, who will join her in Seattle. Back to the podium to Commissioner Kathy Engelberg.
And she's sure not starting over K-Man. That's why I'm saying backup.
With the 3rd pick in the 2026 WNBA draft, the Seattle Storm select Wnba from Spain.
Okay, we kind of saw that too. Ooh, that's a crazy front court. Malunga and Iowa? Dang, fam.
So Wnba, who there was plenty of buzz about potentially going first in this year's draft with her talent and upside. The Spanish center goes 3rd to Seattle, and now we get to see the incredible intrigue of Dominique Malunga, Wnba, how they fit together on the floor as Seattle shifts fully into this rebuild. Going to be so interesting to watch. And one thing we heard from so many of the Team USA players who went up against Spain in Puerto Rico just a month ago, they were all so impressed being on the floor with Wnba, getting to see her up close. Now we all will in the W soon enough.
See her up close, striding past them with her long strides as she glides to the rim. She's 6'4", but she's long, athletic, agile. She's so quick with her spin moves, the ability to pick and roll and create opportunities to score. She can put the ball on the floor. She can knock down jump shots. Again, at 6'4", already with guard skills and post skills. She has such a high ceiling going to Seattle. And my mind is already thinking Seattle could have a lineup of 6'4", 6'4", and 6'6" out on the court at some point.
Let's stick with the numbers. Not only 6'4" in height, 6'8" wingspan, 19 years old. Yep. She and Malunga can hang out at the underage clubs out in Seattle because both of them so young, and a great future for the Seattle Storm team to build on.
You see the reaction at Seattle Storm draft headquarters, and Holly is with Wnba.
Well, Wnba, this is such a special moment for you. Spain in the WNBA draft. We haven't seen this country all the time, and I know you're very proud of that. What pride do you feel right now?
Well, I'm super excited. I'm a little bit nervous. I'm going to try my best. So representing Spain for me is special. You know, being always with the national team is always special. And being here in the W, it was my dream since I was only 12 years old. And being here representing Spain is like, I'm grateful.
Your brothers are here with you tonight, and I know that they are part of the reason why you got into basketball. Tell me about Karim and Tala.
Yeah, Karim and Tala, they are two crazy people, no? They are here. Look at them, they are there with the cap and all. But yeah, I started playing basketball thanks to them. They are all of me, like they are my best friends. I always like, they are my best supporters, always with me. So thanks to them, really, for all my people, for all my friends, but more for my two older brothers.
You turn 20 in June. You've got so much upside and potential. What is the vision you have for yourself in the WNBA?
Well, I want to be myself. You know, I want to keep continue to grow up. I know that I'm younger. I'm only 19 years old. I'm going to be in the W being only 20 years old. But I know that I'm mature. I'm going to take responsibility. I want to do my best. And after, I want to learn about these players in the W.
Welcome. Can't wait to watch you play.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Holly. Thank you, Wnba. Going to the Seattle Storm at number 3. And next up, Washington Mystics. They are picking 4th overall tonight. They also have 3 first-round picks tonight after they had 3 last year. They have a treasure trove of upcoming picks as well. This is a team that is really built to continue to build upon who they selected last year.
It certainly feels like last year they had a vision of what the next few years would bring, not only in terms of their draft picks, but how quality these draft classes are. And you see the graphic right there of what they have had last year, this year, and then the upcoming years as well. And talking to their coach, Azzi Johnson, earlier this week, he said, we are ascending. We have a young, vibrant collection of talented players, and that is certainly the case.
And you think about the players that they chose in the draft last year, especially their first-round picks. We were blown away with what Washington was able to do. We finished that draft thinking, Washington won the draft in terms of building for the future. Sonia Citron, Kiki Iriafen, Georgia Amor, and now a multitude of picks in this draft and a ton of talent to choose from. They could go in so many different directions. You still have Lauren Betts on the floor. You have multiple point guards out there on the floor waiting to hear their name called. So a lot of directions for Washington to go.
All right, who will Washington add to their young core? Had 2 rookie All-Stars a season ago. First time a team did that since 1999. Back to the podium, and Kathy Engelberg.
With the 4th pick in the 2026 WNBA draft, the Washington Mystics select Lauren Betts, UCLA.
Well, a pretty great year for Lauren Betts, just keeps getting better. You see the hugs from her family, the reaction from her national champion, winning head coach. The celebration for Lauren Betts, who has so many of her teammates here. And after just an incredible NCAA tournament where her already high stock just continued to rise, Lauren Betts is headed to Washington with the 4th overall pick.
Lauren Betts is virtually unstoppable in the paint, but she's effective also as both an off-ball and on-ball screener, shot blocker inside on the defensive end of the floor, but also showed that she can switch and handle players out on the perimeter. And yes, Ryan, a ridiculous performance from her all throughout the course of the NCAA tournament.
I love that you mentioned her setting ball screens and off-ball screens, because a lot of times watching UCLA play, her willingness to set a good screen is what set up her seal on the inside, that level of unselfishness that Lauren Betts played with. And I love that we showed the highlights because she dominates in the paint, but a lot of those plays started outside the paint. She showed so much more mobility this season, which will certainly take her to the next level.
Set a program record, too, for most points in a single tournament, as Holly Rowe is with Lauren Betts.
Well, Lauren, they're just talking about how you have adapted and evolved this season, and we could see it on and off the court. You have changed. What changed about you that's made you such a great pick right now in the W?
I feel like I just play with joy. This season has been so special. I've enjoyed every second. I'm playing with my best friends, my sister. I've had the most amazing season, and I feel like you can just see all the positivity that I play with.
It really does show. It's also unique because you've got your table stood up, and I thought maybe they would block the entire room. Dad, mom, everybody's tall over there. We are so intrigued. I want to see you and Kiki Iriafen together. Like, how fun is this? You've played against her a lot, right?
Yes, that's my girl. That's my sister. And also, I don't know if you guys know, but my coach is on the team as well. So that's pretty interesting.
Right. Michaela Onwede, where are you? Onwede, Michaela. Okay, your coach at UCLA, assistant coach for a national championship team. She just signed a contract with Washington. So will you have to listen to her?
I'm still going to call her Coach Mick just to get on her nerves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my gosh, that is so unique. Before I let you get out of here, your journey has been vast. You ended with the national championship, and now 8 days later, the number 4 pick. How would you describe this beautiful journey you've been on in life, Lauren?
It's been amazing. I've grown so much, my confidence. I feel like I've just finally owned who I am as a person, as a player, and I'm just ready to see what the future holds. I'm really excited.
Thank you. Can't wait.
All right, Holly, congratulations to Lauren. Thanks so much. Meanwhile, the Chicago Sky now on the clock with the number 5 overall pick they have had a completely revamped roster through the offseason thus far.
Yeah, opposite of the two previous teams we were talking about who look like they're in rebuild mode and building through the draft, Chicago brought in a bevy of veterans and players with experience looking like they are trying to be in win now mode.
Yeah, it also looks like Chicago wants to play fast. Think about the players that they brought in: Rakia Jackson, Dejanay Carrington, JC Sheldon, Skylar Diggins, speed on top of speed. Again, a ton of options for Chicago to go in this draft, but to me, it looks like Tyler Marsh wants to play fast.
All right, we'll figure out who the number 5 overall pick is right now. Back to the podium to learn the selection for the Chicago Sky. Here's the commissioner.
With the 5th pick in the 2026 WNBA draft, the Chicago Sky select Gabriela Hawkes, UCLA.
Oh, man. Hey, do y'all remember that video I made when I said Hawkes
Hands might be sore by the end of the night with all that clapping. She's got a lot of players who are going to go this evening. And Gabriela Hawkes, there may not be a player in the draft whose stock rose more through the performance in the tournament. We all saw what she did in the national championship game, and now she joins the Chicago Sky with a roster that is ready to now compete for a postseason spot, and we have seen Hawkes' ability to affect winning. We just saw it on college's biggest stage, and now we'll get to see it in the pros.
You're right, Ryan. Gabriela Hawkes was the hustle, heart, and energy for the national championship winning UCLA Bruins. She was the ultimate glue player, and I mean that in the best way, because she could hurt her opponents in so many different ways depending on what the game calls for. Knocking down spot-up shots, active on-the-ball defense, transition, getting into the paint, layups, finishes around the rim, offensive rebounding. We saw her impact the game in so many ways on their run to the title.
The thing that was so impressive to me is this young woman has a non-stop motor, not only running the floor, but in the court, attacking the glass, the efficiency with which she plays, 50, 35, 85 performer. This is a young woman who is ready to contribute right away, also fills the need at wing for Chicago.
Well, it's time for tonight's assist, brought to you by State Farm. Gabriela Hawkes comes from a family of athletes. Grandfather Ezekiel played basketball at Northern Arizona. Parents, Jaime Sr. and Angela, played for Concordia University. And then 3 siblings, Jaime, younger brother Marcos, who's a defensive lineman at Ventura College. Of course, Jaime is with the Miami Heat, and now Gabriela has been drafted by the Chicago Sky, 5th overall, and she is with Holly Rowe.
Gabriela, you weren't as highly recruited as many of the women sitting in this room, and you had to fight for everything. Now you're one of the winningest players in history at UCLA, a national champion, and now a top 10 draft pick. How have you built yourself into this type of player?
Thank you so much. I'm just so excited to be here. So exciting. I think that just having these dreams of going to UCLA and to be in the WNBA and to just achieve them, not only just myself, but with my teammates, just really means everything.
One of your coaches, your strength and conditioning coach, told us at the Final Four that you were putting out the output on your GPS of 2 players on the court. You have so much energy. Some of your stats and what you do don't always show up on the stat sheet. How will you bring that energy and enthusiasm and really game impact to Chicago?
Yeah, for me, just going into every game, doing whatever the team needs. And, you know, every game is going to be different, but if I'm working hard and putting in all the effort, I'm just happy to do that.
You know, they have lost a few players to free agency. There's playing time to be had. How are you going to earn that spot right now?
I think just going into training camp, just excited, ready to learn, being a sponge, listening to the vets and the coaches, taking their advice, and just being myself and working hard.
All right, being yourself has been pretty darn good, young lady. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, congratulations to Gabriela Hawkes. And yeah, brother Jaime getting ready for a playing game tomorrow with Miami Heat, but FaceTiming in to see little sis become a pro. The Toronto Tempo, welcome to the W. They are on the clock. The 6th pick is coming from the 6 next on ESPN.
Ooh. Hey, man, it's crazy what's going on right now. Hey, speaking of Chicago and the Mystics, I don't know what Jeff got going on over there. But why they keep taking his first round picks, dog? What's going on? They got a blackmail on that man. They blackmailing that man, dog. They got an embarrassing picture or something. What's going on, man? Oh my goodness. Nah, but I felt like Betts would have landed in Washington because of the Shakira trade, right? Or, well, Shakira leaving. But yeah, man. Dang, Betts with the Mystics. Dang, so Jorge, Moore, Citron, Kiki. Then you got Betts, Michaela. Then you got Lucios in there too. Man, but looking at the Seattle Storm's front court, dog, fam, they literally have 2 6'6" players. And then Azzi. Dang, dog. Are you kidding me? Goodness. Man, that's nuts. Oh, she's still there? I thought she got signed somewhere else. So Shakira's still there? Hold on, I gotta look that up. I felt like she left. I thought I saw some news with her leaving. Hold on. I could be wrong. Let me check. Oh, okay. Returning 3-year deal. Okay, my bad, yeah. I thought I saw something else. Okay, she's staying. So that's, man, so I wondered then. Are we back? Oh, I think they're back already. Okay, let's
Coming
get it.
expansion, Cleveland in 2028, Detroit in 2029, and then Philly in 2030 as this league continues to grow. We know, hey, Toronto, lovely in the summer. I mean, a terrific place to go in the summer.
I've never been. I got to go.
Well, you're going to go this year.
Spectacular.
It's spectacular.
Okay.
The tempo, we know this, the whole country is going to embrace the team. Just how about the makeup of the roster right now as they've gone through the expansion draft and free agency, at least up until this point?
Sandy Brondello has said, they're not going to be contending for a championship this year. No expansion team is in their first year. They're trying to build a strong foundation and a winning culture. She's certainly loaded up on shooters when you look at the roster they've put together right now and think a need for them could be at a big spot.
I like that you mentioned culture because you talked about the Golden State Valkyries and they had more success than anyone anticipated, and they had an excellent culture where all of the players bought in to what they were trying to do at Golden State. Certainly Toronto and Portland will try to do the same thing. When I think of culture, there are so many players available, but we talked a lot about UCLA and their culture and how they just won Dugalich, Raven Johnson, Flau'jae Johnson. So many options here for Toronto to choose from.
All right, the first pick in the history of the Toronto Tempo is in. Let's send things to the podium to find out who is going number 6 overall.
With the 6th pick in the 2026 WNBA draft and their first ever pick, the Toronto Tempo select Kiki Rice, UCLA.
Ooh. Okay. I appreciate you, Callie. Much love does in the chat. Yeah. Okay.
How about 3 straight UCLA Bruins in this first round as Corey Close has another headed to the W. Kiki Rice, who had such a composed, poised, effective season and tournament run, helping guide UCLA to a national championship. She will try and help guide the Toronto Tempo through their early days in the WNBA.
Drea, you talked about building culture and winning culture. Kiki Rice certainly brings that kind of experience at 5'11", a guard with size who can keep her own player in front of her, but also switch on to big. She finishes at the rim, gets to the free throw line, 39% from three this past season. Very good getting to her pull-up as well, but more than anything, brings that winning mentality.
Career highs in points per game, rebounds per game, field goal percentage, three-point field goal percentage. But I talked about UCLA's culture. Rebecca, you just mentioned it. Kiki Rice is really the culture setter. She's someone that players wanted to transfer to UCLA to play with. And when you talk about an expansion team and a team that is building, Kiki Rice is certainly a great piece because she's someone people want to play with.
Just the second time in WNBA history, 3 straight picks have come from the same school. Happened in 2016 with UConn, and now tonight with UCLA. And Kiki is with Holly.
Back to back Bruins. What's going through your mind when you and your teammates are all getting drafted so high, Kiki?
This is so special. I mean, every one of us here deserves it so much, and I'm just so proud of this group because we put in so much work over the course of these past few years, and it's such a special moment.
You know, you've made history tonight, the Toronto Tempo, a new team. It's kind of fitting. Your aunt was an ambassador to the UN, so international family and some vibes you can rely on there.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, never been to Toronto, but really excited to get there. My uncle's Canadian, have some family living there, and I know it's going to be a great time.
We were talking earlier about what has been impactful for you this season as you see your teammates getting drafted, and it's that you were able to adapt your game to make all of them better. How will that translate to the WNBA?
Yeah, I mean, I take a ton of pride in just being the best teammate and figuring out how can I make everyone else better around me? How can I elevate the play of our team? And I think this year we had such a selfless group, and we did that at a really high level all around, and it was just fantastic to play on that team because we were all so selfless.
How can you be a foundational piece to a new franchise, Kiki? It's a lot of pressure, but very exciting.
Yeah, I mean, look, just really excited to get out there, get to work, get to meet everyone on the team. And I think it's going to be really important to have great leadership. I'll learn from the vets, and, you know, there's a ton of great people, really experienced people in the organization. So, yeah.
Okay, history tonight. Thank you, Kiki.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Kiki. Thank you, Hal. How about the Portland Fire about to make their first selection in their franchise's history as they are in the W, one of the 2 expansion teams, Golden State last year. This year we get Toronto and Portland. Portland has already taken Bridget Carlton from Canada, right?
Another great city, by the way.
Especially in the summer.
Yeah, Powell's bookstore, you got to go.
I have been to that one. I have been.
You've been to Powell's or just Portland?
Just Portland. I haven't been to Powell's.
You'll get to Powell's.
I'm adding to my list.
Yes. All right. How about their projected roster thus far? We talked about Carlton, who was taken in the expansion draft, the Canadian going to Portland. How about the rest of how things lay out right now for Portland?
Well, this is a Portland team. They want to play an up-tempo style, aggressive defensively, need another point guard. To me, Raven Johnson could be a perfect fit in this pick.
Especially when you mention defense. I mean, SEC Defensive Player of the Year. We saw her defending 1 through 4. I mean, in the national championship run, as they went in the Final Four, she's defending Sarah Strong, a big. So her defensive versatility, her poise that she plays with, her leadership. Again, when we talk about an expansion team, a culture piece. Dawn Staley told us this season, no offense to the rest of the South Carolina Gamecocks at all, but she said, I will miss Raven the most.
All right, so you both feel like it could be Raven here. We're going to find out right now. Let's go to the podium and figure out who the Portland Fire have selected 7th overall.
With the 7th pick in the 2026 WNBA draft and their first ever pick, the Portland Fire select Iana Martín Carrión from Spain.
What? Well, you guys talked about going point guard. We've also talked about the Team USA players responding to different players they saw on the floor. A lot of them felt like Iana Martín was terrific after going up against her in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, certainly the lefty point guard is a very good passer, crafty. She plays hard, gets to the rim, crashes the glass. She has a decent shot from 3 as well. Keep in mind, she's only 20 years old. Don't know if she's going to come over and play this year,
but a bright future for this young woman.
Yeah, she averaged 10 points, 4 assists on 51% from the field, 43% from three in that 2026 World Cup that you mentioned, Ryan. To me, we talked about defense. Rebecca, you said Portland wanting to play defense. Watching her long wingspan, active on the ball defender. She got a lot of deflections on the ball to get out in transition.
All right, so Martine gone. How about the best available players in the building? A lot of talent there. We've talked about this. This is such a deep draft. You look across and you see quality starters, quality rotation players well into the second round, and you see so many bright young players there who are still available as Golden State is on the clock now. And we know the Valkyries looking to build upon what Natalie Nakase, the Valkyrie front office, was able to do a year ago, becoming the first expansion team to go to the playoffs.
Well, certainly Golden State became the blueprint for what an expansion team can be. Not only did they make the playoffs, the first expansion team to ever do that, but to sell out every single one of your home games, make it a free agent destination after just 1 year. They have set the blueprint for what an expansion team can be.
They also set the blueprint for how they want to play in terms of putting up three-pointers. I mean, they didn't shoot a very high percentage from beyond the arc, but they certainly put up the most three-pointers in the league. That is a part of their game plan, their offensive attack. Interesting that they added Gabby Williams, so another huge piece for Golden State, and now they get another one.
All right, we're going to find out who it is. The 8th pick is in. Back to the podium to find out who is headed to the Bay to
they
join
pick it so
the
fast, I can't even
Valkyries.
get my
Here's
thing.
the commissioner, Kathy Engelberg.
With the 8th pick in the 2026 WNBA draft, the Golden State Valkyries select Flau'jae Johnson from LSU.
Flau'jae, the San Fran. Good.
Flau'jae's mom and brothers here supporting her. Her coach, Kim Mulkey. Flau'jae gets to stay in purple. She's headed to the Valkyries. And what a selection. We have seen how dynamic Flau'jae Johnson can be on the floor playing for LSU, and now gets to go to the Bay where you know those sold-out crowds are going to love watching Flau'jae Johnson do her thing for the Valkyries as she goes 8th overall tonight to Golden State.
Golden State, a team that defense was their identity. They played at a fast pace. As you said, Drea, it took a lot of threes. Well, Flau'jae Johnson is ready to play defense at the next level. She is ready to push pace, excels when she gets out in transition. Shot a career high 39% from the three-point line this year. Certainly feels like she can fit in seamlessly with what the Valkyries are trying to do.
I mean, Flau'jae is just an incredible athlete.
I do
You
agree
talk
with
about
that.
someone that can get into her own bag, create her own shot from beyond the arc and in the mid-range, and then paint touches, leading to kickouts. Certainly something that will be so helpful for this Valkyries team, a true special talent in multiple ways.
And Holly is standing by with Flau'jae.
Flau'jae, you have performed on many stages before. I find it fascinating that you're taking deep breaths. This stage is different for you tonight. Why?
I mean, man, when I was in high school, I wasn't ranked. You know, it took a lot of hard work, blood, sweat, and tears, and now I'm here at the draft. Like, this is incredible to me.
I remember sitting down with you when you were a freshman, 18 years old, and you said, I'm going to get drafted high. I'm going to win a Grammy. I'm going to start my own record label. And you're on your way to doing all of that. What is the next vision for you, Flau'jae?
Just keep checking those things off the list. I just got drafted. And now it's time for that Grammy. But first, I'm ready to come in. I'm ready to work, and I'm ready to get to it.
I know your work ethic is unprecedented. A young woman from Savannah, you wanted to shout out your hometown. Why?
Oh, man, I'm the first ever WNBA draft pick from Savannah, Georgia. So this means so much to me.
See your brothers standing up. Your mom has poured so much into you. Your family is truly special and unique, Flau'jae. How do you describe what they have poured into you to be building for? Oh, look, okay, flex for me now. Come on. I really wanted to bring him up for the interview, but I didn't know if your mom would allow me. Come on over. Come on over. He's okay.
Come on, come on.
Get over here.
come on.
Come on, Aiden. Come on. Your family needs to share this moment with you, Flau'jae. I know especially your mom has been there for you for so many beautiful things. Tell me what they've meant to you.
It meant everything to me. For me, it's just being somebody that they can look up to, being somebody that they're proud to call their sister, somebody that can show them that they can do anything they want to. Be confident and walk in this world like you deserve to be there.
Everything you ever told me, I believe will happen. She's dropping a new single about the draft. When's it coming out?
Oh, it's dropping soon, but yeah, y'all just heard it when I walked across the stage. Y'all go check out Whoa.
We are definitely having a whoa moment. Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. Come on, boss.
Good? Did you do good? Yeah. Yeah.
Good drop in the night.
All right, Hal. Well, we've already had our most adorable moment of the night. You see Flau'jae's mother celebrating. We've seen some terrific tuxes from the young men at Flau'jae's table. Next up, we're going to get pick 9 from Washington and then the Indiana Fever on the clock. Who will join Aaliyah Boston, Caitlin Clark, and Kelsey Mitchell? That's next.
Let's get it. Let's get it. So, Ayanna Martin, man, or Iana Martin, she's solid. Only worries I had about her, which is why I didn't necessarily think she was going to go that high, is she is small and she's not as quick like that. You know, you got to have some speed on you if you're going to be small. You know, the smaller you are, the more you got to have. And she's just a little bit on the, she's decent with speed. She's decent. But other than that, yeah, she can hit. I think she understands the game at a young age. You know, could turn around and be a Georgia A-more, honestly. But yeah, dang, she went before Flaw. Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy work. That's crazy work. But Flaw going to the Valkyries, that's gonna make sense. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense, man. Yeah, she's athletic. She'll get up and down the floor. Defense is decent. It's just sometimes Flaw's decision making gets a little out of hand sometimes. Other than that, though, I think Flaw is pretty decent. I don't think she has a left hand, but that's most of the players. A lot of the players don't have a left hand, so she's just fine, man. Honestly, that's really not a problem. But yeah, man, I like how she was shooting a 3 this year, or at least last year, if you want to put it that way. Yeah, she's gonna fit in nicely with the Valkyries. Nah, when she go in average, she likes to put that right up. I don't see her going with the left a lot. And I mean, it's no problem. I mean, a lot of the players don't necessarily go up with their left. But yeah, that's just something I spot. So refreshing to see. Oh, dang. Man, the comments jumping, dog. Man, I'm not. Hey, come on, man. I literally just said she's a perfect fit for the Valkyries, and I think she's a two-way player.
Who will join her with
I gave
the
her all those
pick?
props. Oh, yeah,
That pick is in. As we head back to the podium, and we'll learn the selection now from the commissioner.
I'm happy for all the players, honestly. Man. Success is a beautiful
With the
thing.
9th pick in the 2026 WNBA draft, the Washington Mystics select Angela Dugalich from UCLA.
Okay.
A 4th UCLA player taken in this first round that has tied a WNBA record matching UConn back in 2002. And Angela Dugalich is going to go join Lauren Betts in Washington. Dugalich As Corey Close told us throughout the tournament, a matchup nightmare for opponents. We saw that play out. And now she takes those talents to Washington and that really impressive young core the Mystics have.
I was so impressed, Ryan, with Angela Dugulic. First of all, not just in the national championship run, but the fact that before the season, a couple games in, she told her coaches that she would be willing to come off of the bench, sacrifice a starting spot, and still thrive. She brings skill, toughness, and versatility on both ends of the floor. She's got great size, high IQ on offense, and her length on the defensive end, plus a high IQ, help her make plays. She is so fun to watch.
Yeah, Dre is certainly a pro-ready frame at 6'4", not afraid to use it, as you said, can defend on the perimeter or in the paint. Most importantly, perhaps for Washington, she is a solid three-point shooter. When I asked Sydney Johnson what their needs were for this draft, he said, shooting, shooting, and more shooting. She can bring them some of that.
And she also helps bring some history for UCLA. You see that collection of stars in 2002 from UConn, the only time we've had 4 players from one school taken in the first round until tonight, as Angela Dugulic is with Holly Rowe.
Well, Angela, we're watching you perform in the Final Four, win a national championship. I kept thinking in my mind, this is one of the most pro-ready athletes we have in the WNBA draft. How has your work with the Serbian national team and your work in Europe and your body of work prepared you to be pro-ready?
Yeah, I mean, I'm super grateful for just the opportunity to play overseas with my national team. I think it's just been a blessing to prepare me for the league as well.
You've got some other Bruins on that roster now. What does that mean to you that you very well know how to play with and alongside Lauren Betts? How does that help moving to a new team?
Yeah, that's going to be great. I'm super excited for that. Obviously, I feel like it might be, or probably will be, a smooth transition just playing with her and even getting some practice reps with Michaela as well.
I love this so much. Last question, your family's here. What do you want to say to your family?
Thank you. Hvala. Znači, ovde ne bi bila bez vas I mnogo sam ponosna I zahvalna za vas. Volim vas do Boga.
Beautiful. Thank you, darling. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Angela. Thank you, Holly. Now the Indiana Fever on the clock with their first pick of the night, 10th overall. We'll recap last season for them. Caitlin Clark dealt with a lot of injuries. The Fever managed to stay afloat while she was out. Aaliyah Boston, an incredible season. Career highs in points per game, assists per game. We know Kelsey Mitchell, her historic year, set a franchise record for points per game with 20.2. And now Caitlin back healthy, joining Aaliyah, joining Kelsey Mitchell. This is a team that has made some shrewd moves in free agency. They felt like title contenders last year. They pushed things towards a 5th game, overtime in the semifinals, even with Caitlin out. Feels like they are a title contender going into this year.
Think about it. They were a title contender at the end of last year, dealing with a multitude of injuries, including to Caitlin Clark. So they should be a title contender this year. They bring in Monique Billings. They bring in Maisha Hines-Allen, another huge addition for them at the 4 spot. I think this team, outside even of their big 3, is certainly built to have a monster year this year.
I was so impressed by Indiana and the run that they went on, despite the multitude of injuries that you mentioned and so many players available that they could choose from. I think about Aaliyah Boston being on that list. I think about the relationship she has with Raven Johnson, who's sitting here waiting to hear her name called. Again, Indiana, such a solid roster, so we'll see what they do with it.
All right, we'll figure out who is headed to the Fever. The pick is in. We find out the 10th selection right now from the commissioner.
With the 10th pick in the 2026 WNBA draft, the Indiana Fever select Raven Johnson from the University of South Carolina.
Oh, boy.
Well, Raven Johnson, after an incredible All-American season as a senior, the SEC Defensive Player of the Year. We saw her game just grow and grow throughout her career. Head coach Dawn Staley ready to celebrate the player who she has said she will miss most of all and there have been some incredible ones who have come through that program. And Raven Johnson headed to the Indiana Fever and reunited with Aaliyah Boston, a couple of Gamecocks back there in Indiana, as Raven Johnson goes 10th overall tonight.
Raven Johnson, perhaps the player whose stock rose more than any other over the course of this past season. She's always been a lockdown defender. This year, she also showed she can switch onto bigs and contain them. She's improved offensively, especially from the three-point line, shooting 40% from there, a career high. And then we saw her confidence grow throughout the season, comfortable being a go-to in late game situations.
Raven Johnson is a winner. She's a poised leader. You said it, excellent defender at a multitude of positions. She's fearless if she switches onto a big. She has an incredibly long wingspan. And again, the poise that she plays with. I mean, she is the ultimate culture piece going to a great Indiana team.
Well, you talk about winning. How about that record? At Westlake in high school and now at South Carolina, that's a lot of winning, heading to a team that's looking to win now, and Raven is with Holly.
Well, Raven, you bet on yourself this year. You came back to South Carolina and really transformed the type of player you were. You literally could do everything you wanted. How did you make that decision, and how has it paid off walking across this stage now tonight?
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, my heart is beating right now. It's beating so fast. But, you know, you dream of moments like this as a little girl. I mean, you watch people before you that get drafted, and just to hear my name called, it's a blessing, honestly.
Every time I watch you play, it brings me joy. You are a joyful person. I've watched you pour into your teammates. You bring joy to every group that you are around. How can you infuse some Ravenness into the Indiana Fever?
Yeah, my personality overall. I mean, I'm a loving, caring person. I care about my teammates, but at the end of the day, I want to win.
Winning is something you've done well. They were just showing your record. Raven, what will it take to step onto the floor? You get to be reunited with Aaliyah Boston, someone you fed a lot of passes to in your career. How can you win right away there?
I mean, just listen to the vets, listen to the people that's already on the team, and just bring what I do.
What you do has always been brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Raven. Thank you, Ollie. Here are the best available players. A lot of talent still on the board here in New York, and the 11th pick of the draft, the third of the first round for the Washington Mystics, is in. We get it right now. Going back to the podium and learning the 11th overall section, a selection from the commissioner.
With the 11th pick in the 2026 WNBA draft, the Washington Mystics select Cody McMahon from Ole Miss.
Wow. 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 I didn't see that one coming.
Cody McMahon, who had a terrific start to her career at Ohio State and then heads to Ole Miss, wins SEC Newcomer of the Year, first team All-Conference, set career highs in points and assists, and we know is incredibly talented as she gets a big hug from Coach Yo. Most points in a single season by an Ole Miss player since the 85-86 season. And Cody joins, again, that young talent that Washington has selected over these last two drafts with this, their sixth first-round selection in the last 2 years.
And Cody McMahon is different from any other player on the Washington Mystics roster this past year, used as a facilitator. Her size and frame remind me of Alyssa Thomas, especially with the way she can bring the ball down the floor. Certainly a pro-ready body, gets downhill, bulldozing her way to the basket. Averaged 21 points a game in SEC play.
She had 8 20-point games against AP-ranked opponents. She elevated her play when the competition got tough. I love that you mentioned Alyssa Thomas. She told us that is her favorite player, elevated her game in conference play. She's so physical, she's so tough, and sometimes she gets so hot, it's like she cannot be stopped. We saw her put up big-time numbers this season.
We're going to be surrounded by some big-time talent in Washington as we send things over to Holly with Cody.
Well, they are raving about your ability to score this season, but Cody, it took something for you to get back to being who you are this year. How did you find that again in yourself?
Yeah, honestly, it just took me to buy into Coach Yo's system and her believing in me and, you know, her letting me know that she's going to push me, but I just have to be ready for it and just be willing to take the role that she's given me.
When we watch you play, there is a determination. You get yours, you get where you want to go on the court. How will that translate to Washington?
Yeah, I mean, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to win, whether that be with the ball in my hands or not. I feel like I'm really ready to take on any role.
They say you're hard to guard. Why?
Honestly, I think it's just my competitive nature, the edge. I feel like anyone in front of me can't stop me.
Can't wait to see what you do. Washington, Cody McMahon, you're going to love her.
All right, Hal, Cody, thank you very much. How about Tina Thompson, the first ever pick in the WNBA? She will join the show next.
So, I mean, my biggest thing about the Raven pick is just, I mean, we need size, man. The Fever needs size. They need the size, dog. And I don't know. I mean, they already had a backup point guard. So I'm just, unless they're going to use Ty at the 2 at times. Oh, man, the Allen pick, that's still, the Allen sign got me throwed, man. It got me throwed. I'm like, why did they get Allen? I don't understand that one, man. I don't. McMahon, I mean, she's strong, she's physical, but, you know, the shooting isn't there with her either. So what are y'all planning to do when it comes to inside the paint? Y'all gonna crowd it up. Man, I don't know, man. I don't know. I really feel like Raven probably would have fit with another team better, man. I mean, it didn't make sense to put on the Fever. Yeah, I'm trying to sit with it for a minute and think it through, but I'm not seeing what, yeah, it's not making sense to me. It's not making sense to me. I mean, you can call me a hater if you want. I'm not saying she's trash. I'm just saying the fit, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Love her defense ability. I think she can facilitate at a decent level. But, you know, I always question her offense as well. She knocks down shots. She did a better job this season for sure. But I do have that question. Will it be
Tina
consistent?
Thompson from the University of Southern California. Tina, come on down.
Welcome back to the 2026 draft. We want to look back in this special year, 30-year anniversary for the WNBA this season, and we would not be where we are if it wasn't for players like this. Tina Thompson, it seems crazy that was so long ago, but what do you remember about that epic night, the very first ever pick in the WNBA?
I remember that my draft was nothing like this. Not even close. We were in NBA studios in Secaucus, and there actually wasn't a process. We had not even got WNBA jerseys printed yet, so I was holding up a practice jersey.
No problem, JJ.
So this is a little bit better.
You know, I love it. This is what people like you, people like the Houston Comets back in the day have built. We saw in the new CBA, they are taking care of veterans, the women who built this league to be so special. How important is that we remember the women who came before?
Well, I just think Nneka and Alicia and that group just did a great job in being the executive committee and just standing strong and fighting. I think it's really important that we continue as a league to push forward on both sides, the union as well as the WNBA. Of course, it's going to be a little battle, but as long as negotiations at the end are fair and they're forward moving, the foundation of the WNBA is solid.
Well, it is solid because of you, young lady, and it is a pleasure to stand on this stage with you. It's a bigger stage, but it was never brighter than when you were playing. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Holly. You're the best.
Beautifully said.
That's what I'm saying, though, Murdoch.
As
It's nice.
we move to the Connecticut Sun,
Fever,
the
nice.
12th overall pick. We know pending the approval from the WNBA Board of Governors. Yeah, I wasn't going to forget to say that. They are going to move to Houston next year, but this year in Connecticut, this is a team obviously rebuilding, kind of your overarching look at them as they move forward.
Yeah, this is year 2 of a rebuild for the Connecticut Sun. They laid a nice young foundation a season ago. They want to stay young and talented while also trying to compete to the best of their ability.
Yeah, I think this is a Connecticut team that struggled three-point shooting last season. That could certainly be an area that they look to add with this draft, again, in their rebuild. So a lot of directions that they could go.
All right, let's find out who the Sun will select with number 12 overall as we wind towards the end of this first round. Back to the podium we go, and Kathy Engelbert has the pick.
With the 12th pick in the 2026 WNBA draft, the Connecticut Sun select Nell Angloma from France.
You can get downhill. She just can't shoot like that. She's a good baller. That's a good pick.
This is another one of those players when you talk to different people who have played against her in different FIBA competitions, very impressed with what Nell can bring to the table. Leads her team in scoring in France, and now going to join a Connecticut team where she's going to get an opportunity to play, to show off those skills, a rebuilding team where you're going to get your minutes. And so Nell will get that opportunity with the Sun this season.
Neek is, after all of them,
Connecticut wanted to stay young and talented. Well, Nell is 20 years old, so they got younger and more talented. She's an athletic wing who excels getting to the basket, has a nice burst going downhill, finishes at the rim with both hands. Physique and game, actually, Drea, remind me a little of South Carolina sophomore Joyce Edwards. They're about the same age. Her area of growth will just be improving her shooting out to the three-point line, but puts a ton of pressure on the rim.
I just got so excited when you said Joyce Edwards, because that's exactly who came to mind when I was watching her. The way that she moves and carries herself, can glide across the court. She is a tough, physical driver who attacks the rim hard. She likes the spin move to get to the rim or create space for a close mid-range jump shot. She gets on the hips of defenders so well. Certainly will be helpful in the WNBA.
And Nell is with Holly Rowe.
Bienvenue à WNBA.
Merci.
Merci. Qu'est-ce que tu penses quand tu appelles ton nom de cet moment?
Thank you. I'm really excited and a little bit nervous, but I'm really grateful to be here with my family, with Sébastien too. And yes, I'm just feel blessed. Yes.
Sa mère et ton père, qu'est-ce que tu vous dis à them?
Thank you. Because they push me every day, every time, and they believe on me, and I'm so happy to prone them, to make prone them.
Bring them.
Ah yes, to make prone them, yes.
Yes. Qu'est-ce que tu veux parler à les fans à Connecticut? Tu es quel type de joueur?
I would say I'm a competitor first, and yes, I'm just excited to meet all of them, and I do my best every time for help my team, and yes, I'm just excited to meet them for show them who I am.
Felicitations. Merci.
Thank you.
It's always a special night when Holly Rowe breaks out the French. Here we go. The Atlanta Dream are on the clock. And they've already had a very busy offseason acquiring Angel Reese after she averaged double-doubles each of her first 2 seasons, traded from Chicago. This is an Atlanta team that had a really strong regular season last year, first year under Carl Smesco as head coach. They have a terrific young guard duo with Ryan Howard and Alicia Gray. It's going to be interesting to see where Atlanta goes here.
I'm just smiling really hard because it's no secret. I'm from Atlanta. I live in Atlanta. When I heard this news, I was so excited. People have already talked to me in the city about Angel Reese. I mean, we saw the season tickets just skyrocket because of Angel Reese and her presence and what she brings on the floor. And Atlanta's ability to get Angel Reese and keep the majority of their team. I mean, this is a team that was in the playoffs. I think Angel Reese fits. We saw her be like a point forward at times and distribute the ball. Now she's got different pieces around her. To me, I was so excited about this.
Alicia Gray and Ryan Howard don't miss very much, but when they do, go get an Angel Reese.
That's right. All right, we're going to figure out who the Atlanta Dream have selected with the 12th overall pick. Right back to the podium we go. The commissioner has the selection.
With the 13th pick in the 2026 WNBA draft, the Atlanta Dream select Medina Okot, University of South Carolina.
Man, they just got another Brittany Griner, basically.
Medina Okot, an excellent season at South Carolina this year. This is a young woman who hasn't been playing basketball that long and already makes such an impact on the floor. Heads to Atlanta with the 13th pick here. We also saw as the season went along, the way her game expanded, the comfort she had shooting from three, the accuracy with which she shot it, the incredible hands. And now Medina Okot goes to an Atlanta Dream team where she is going to be surrounded by some prime talent.
Shout out my hometown, man.
You mentioned it, Ryan. Medina Okot being relatively new to the game of basketball. Didn't pick up a basketball until 2019. And already the skill that she has shown, the understanding of the game, she is a walking double-double. Again, new to basketball, but with a very high ceiling. 54 blocks this season, 5th most in the SEC. She is mobile. She showed the ability to knock down threes, which is huge at this level, can put the ball on the floor, and an excellent rebounding presence.
And how is she going to fit into Carl Smesco's system in Atlanta? Well, remember, he had 6'9" Brittany Griner on the roster a year ago, and Okot has even more of a face-up game. She's more comfortable at times facing the basket than she even is with her back to the basket. Only 29 attempts from three on the season, but shot 45% from three. That's a ridiculous number for a 6'6" big.
All right, that 6'6" big is with our 5'4" small, Holly Rowe.
Well, Medina, you have just started playing basketball 6 years ago, and here you are getting drafted. How do you describe this journey for you in basketball?
I honestly didn't see myself being here today. 6 years ago, I had to act like I was behind, and I had to be obsessed with details, putting in extra work, and just being able to ask questions and learn from experienced players that were around me.
You have been. I know Coach Staley appreciates how obsessed with the details you were. I know your family is home in Kenya watching tonight. What do you want to say to your family in Mumias, Kenya?
Thank you so much for believing in me. I appreciate every sacrifice, prayers that got me here. And I just want to let them know that this is not just for me. This is for all of us. And I'm carrying our flag to the next level with pride. I hope this helps them see that we belong to any stage.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. The flag is here in the audience. Wave it with pride. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Honestly, I was pushing for
Medina, thank you. Meanwhile, the Seattle Storm.
I was pushing for Okot.
They've already picked in this first round. Their second selection of the first round is in. Back to the commissioner we go with the 14th overall pick in tonight's draft.
With the 14th pick in the 2026 WNBA draft, the Seattle Storm select Taina Mayer from Duke University.
Oh, they got Mayer. Wow.
This is a player who, Rebecca, I know we saw her several times throughout the season, and every time we'd walk away saying she's going to be a really good pro.
Saying the same thing Kara Lawson did, describing her this season at rock solid and a great competitor. She excelled in the pick and roll game, in particular against UCLA, where she was consistently hitting pull-up jumper after pull-up jumper. A very good rebounding guard, 6 per game, facilitates as well. 5.5 assists a game this past year.
Taina Mayer had an excellent finish to the season as well. Final 2 games, 22 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals against LSU. 21 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 steals against UCLA in the loss, with the ability to impact the game on both ends of the floor. First Duke player since Chelsea Gray to average 10, 5, and 5 in a season. I've been very impressed by Taina Mayer's game. ACC tournament MVP as well.
All right, here's who's best available according to our draft board. Drea, anybody here who especially stands out to you right now?
Well, when I think about scoring, I immediately think about Tanaya Latson. When I think about shooting, Gianna Neepkins. Toughness, Marta Suarez. You have athleticism, Tiani Key. Decision-making, Ashlyn Jackson. Versatility, Janiyah Barker. They all bring something different and unique when it comes to their best skill that they're taking to the next level.
And if you're looking specifically for the Connecticut Sun, you think that it might be Tanaya Latson, because they could use another combo guard, somebody who can get downhill, somebody who can score from the perimeter as well.
And one of the things that impressed us so much about Tanaya Latson this season was her ability to play make, her ability to defend. We knew she could score at Florida State. She obviously still can. But as so often we see players who go and learn under Dawn Staley and her staff, the game grows. They become more pro-ready. We saw that with Tanaya. Whoever gets her tonight is going to be thrilled. The final pick of the first round is in. Let's figure out who the 15th selection is. The Connecticut Sun making their second pick of the night. And back to Kathy Engelbert we go.
With the 15th pick in the 2026 WNBA draft, the Connecticut Sun select Gianna Neepkins from UCLA.
Dang. Dang. Man, I would have wanted to keep it to get her
has been
too.
on her feet a record 5 times in this first round, as Gianna Neepkins becomes the 5th UCLA player to be selected in the first round tonight. That is a new WNBA record for most first-round selections from a single school. And Gianna Neepkins, the Utah transfer, went to UCLA, brought so much shooting, toughness, helping guide them to a national championship, is taken with the final selection of this opening round tonight.
Connecticut Sun needed a shooter, and they certainly got one in Gianna Neepkins. She is ridiculously efficient, close to 50, 40, 90 this past season. 43% from 3 in her career. She has an interesting style to her offensive game, doesn't necessarily blow by defenders, but will always get a shot off. Solid in the pick and roll game, really good setting off ball screens. She can be an asset immediately.
And we talked about players going somewhere to grow and expand their game. Gianna Neepkins talked to us about going to UCLA, yes, to bring her three-point shooting. Of course she brings that, but to become a better defender. She felt like she grew in that way. She catches the ball low and shot ready, which allows her to get the ball up quickly, but also allows her to put it on the floor into a mid-range jump shot. The scoring ability of Gianna Neepkins, immediately impactful. Coach Corey Close said, she's our Luka. That's a pretty good comparison.
Well, Mom, Elizabeth, Dad, Donald, certainly proud tonight. Gianna Neepkins is a first-round selection, the 5th UCLA player taken. She's with Holly.
Well, Gianna, it's never happened before in WNBA draft history. 5 players from one school going in the first round. You're the new one of this bunch. What did you think when you heard your name called as the final first-round pick?
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, you don't even know what to think because it's just so much, but I just feel incredibly blessed to be part of the UCLA Bruins and now be part of the Connecticut Sun.
Your skills translate at such a high level to the W. You are one of the best shooters I've ever seen from the perimeter. I know you're the youngest of 5, 6, and 5 older brothers. Who taught you to shoot?
Not any of them, but no, they are the best in the whole world. They support me down. They're all here tonight, so I love them, and I'm just so thankful for them.
Best shooter in the family. You heard it here. Congratulations. And the last thing I'll say is the UCLA parents, you're giving me life. Every single person that's been drafted. It's like a big group hug with the parents. Shout out to all the parents. Stand up and take a bow, family. Thank you, Gianna.
Well, thank you, Ollie. Thank you, Gianna. There is the live board. The first round in the books. 5 UCLA Bruins taking a record. The second round is up next.
Whoever would have got Neekins in the second round up. That's a huge pick. You get her in the second round. But man, yeah, I don't know for my Fever people, man. I don't know. I don't know, dog. Latson. I had a feeling Latson was going to fall a little bit because of, her going to South Carolina. She didn't necessarily show that flair that she did in Florida State. So, I mean, I kind of felt like she was going to drop a little bit. She definitely getting drafted, though. So, I believe that. She's definitely getting drafted. Athletic, quick. She'll be all right. State Valkyries a bad pick. Look, I honestly don't feel like, the Raven pick was a fit for the Indiana Fever. I can't hold it. That's nothing on Raven. That's just what the infrastructure looked like for the Indiana Fever. That's all I'm saying. It doesn't look right. If you wasn't going for size, you need hitters. You need serious hitters, dog. You need serious hitters. That's just in my opinion. But, hey, they got it. I think they should have went size, though, for sure. Because they need it. They have Allen at 6'1", Sophie at 6'1", Lexi 6'1". Like, there's a lot of 6'1s. A lot of 6'1s, man. You need some size, dog. That's the main thing I'm saying with the Indiana Fever. They need some size. Like call Kelly a clown. Oh man. Fever got size. They got the size. I doubt that, man. All we have is Mo and Boston. Our 3. Man, what type of sauce you want? What type of sauce you want, dog? Barbecue, hot lemon pepper. What kind of sauce you want, dog? If they have to deal with the
second round of the WNBA Draft 2026 presented by State Street Investment Management SPY. We are at the Shed at Hudson Yards. What a fun, eventful first round.
I like Leg of Walker.
Plenty of reaction throughout the night. As the Dallas Wings, they selected Azzi Fudd, first overall. Arike Gunbowale ready to join Azzi. Page in the backcourt. Cheryl Reeve pumped up. The Minnesota Lynx selecting Olivia Miles. The Washington Mystics. Yeah, that's right. The admin doesn't make the picks. They just post about them. We welcome you back to our set. Ryan Rucco with the Hall of Famer Rebecca Lobo, Andrea Carter, having a great time here at the Shed at Hudson Yards. An excellent atmosphere here. Yeah. We were just talking about it. Really fun first round. And now the Seattle Storm right back on the clock. This is a team that's already made 2 picks tonight. You talked about it earlier, partner, a team that is committed to the rebuild. And a good way to commit to it is having 3 of the first 16 picks.
Yeah, without question. And then focusing on development of their young talent, building players for the future, and they have another opportunity to do that here.
All right, we're going to get that selection right now. Back to the podium we go. The 16th overall pick is in the first selection of the second round. Here is the commissioner with it.
With the 16th pick in the 2026 WNBA Draft, the Seattle Storm select Marta Suarez, Texas Christian University.
So Marta Suarez, who had a fantastic season at TCU. First team All Big 12. Spent time at Tennessee, at Cal, and this year, career highs in points, rebounds, three-point percentage, plenty of double-doubles as well, and headed to a Seattle team where she is going to have young talent around her and opportunity as well with one of the real proud franchises of the WNBA, the four-time champion Storm.
You mentioned the double-doubles, Ryan. She had 12 of them this season. She also had a triple-double in December, 20 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists. Marta Suarez can impact the game in so many ways. She is a workhorse. She's physical with a high motor, but also very skilled. Mark Campbell said she has pro habits in terms of her routine, recovery, and work ethic. Again, she can score in a variety of ways. She defends with great toughness and can also make plays and find her teammates.
Yeah, at 6'3", she can be a nice stretch for. Shot 37% from three, solid rebounder, certainly excelled in TCU's spacing offense. And for a young player, what do you want to do more than anything when you go to the WNBA? Well, win, but also play. And there's going to be opportunity for her to do that in Seattle.
All right, well, Marta is with Holly.
Well, UCLA is having a moment in this draft this year, but Spain is having a moment in this draft this year. Tell me what is important about all this young Spanish talent that are really bringing that excitement to the WNBA?
Well, it's extremely exciting for the game. I think globally, the WNBA, it shows that it has the attention. People want to come here. And it's exciting for us. The U.S. has been on top of basketball for a long time, so we want to be able to give a little competition.
Everybody's wearing the red. Was that intentional?
Not really, but we spicy, we fiery like that.
Okay. I know that you've had to find a little joy in your basketball journey. I know you lost your mom. You had to come back and play after that tragedy. Tell me, how do you look into this crowd? You see your dad and know that you found the joy necessary for this part of your life.
Man, I think you can see it. If you watch me this year, you see me smile. I'm having a great time. I'm just trying to hoop, Holly. I'm happy to be here. I'm excited to be here. I'm extremely thankful for Mark and the opportunity that he's given me. And I'm very excited about tonight as well with my best friends.
I love it. I just want to hoop, Holly. That's the quote of my night. I love it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Holly, thank you very much. Congratulations to Marta joining Diana Mayer, as well as Awafam Tiam in Seattle. Now Portland back on the clock, the Portland Fire, who this is a team that obviously when you're an expansion team, you're probably not competing right away when you go there as a draftee, but you are getting playing time. And Rebecca, you pointed it out before. If you're a young player, you get excited when you go to one of those teams where hey, I'm getting minutes right away.
Yeah, without question. And we've talked throughout over the years how it's more important to have fit than it is necessarily to where you go in the draft in terms of first round or second round. And absolutely, if you're a young player who's itching to be on the court, and they all are, you have an opportunity to go to an expansion team that does not have a very full roster yet. It gives you that great opportunity.
All right, well, the commissioner is ready with some news here. So let's go back to the podium for a little breaking news from Kathy Engelberg.
Oh, boy.
Okay, we have a trade. The Golden State Valkyries trade the rights to Flau'jae Johnson to the Seattle Storm for the rights to Marta Suarez and their 2028 second-round pick.
Wow. Whoa.
Okay, moving on to the 17th pick in the 2026 WNBA draft. The Portland Fire select Frida Buhner from Spain.
Whoa. Frida
Buhner. 21-year-old, 6'1" forward with good length. She can get in the paint and finish with some contact. An efficient shooter from three as well. An active scorer, comfortable in the pick and roll. but a nice young player, again, the team can build upon.
Yeah, she can also attack the basket. Likes to quick attack going right off of the catch. She has high hands on the perimeter defensively. That's not easy to do. There's also potential as a playmaker when she puts the ball on the floor to kick out to her guards when she's driving and attacking the basket. You said it, mobile forward. She's got a great wingspan, a good piece for Portland.
All right, so that's the 17th pick. But how about that trade that Kathy Engelbert just announced? A really interesting one. And if you're Seattle, I think you got to be thrilled. You end up with Flau'jae Johnson with the two young bigs you have. Obviously, Dominique Malonga, who they took last year, and now this year with Awafam Thiam. And now they add Flau'jae Johnson in the trade with Martha Suarez and a future second-round pick.
Flau'jae Johnson different from any of the other players they have on their roster in terms of not only being a wing, but the ways in which she plays. She can be a terrific defender. We talked about her ability to hit from three and be a slasher as well. So not redundancy for her at that position. She could go in and make her mark.
Again, and I know when we're talking about this as a rebuild for Seattle, but when you think about a team that lost Gabby Williams, who does a lot of those things, gets into the paint, a tough defender, Flau'jae Johnson can certainly bring all of those things to Seattle.
A new hat for Mom. Yeah, all right. They already changed the lids. Well done. There we go. All right. Well, the commissioner is ready for another pick. Let's send things back to the podium and find out who is headed to the Connecticut Sun.
With the 18th pick in the 2026 WNBA draft, the Connecticut Sun select Charlize Ledger-Walker from UCLA.
Walker, another UCLA player. Change head quick.
Well, we've already had some UCLA history tonight. The first program to ever have 5 first-round picks in a single draft. Now we have more history. The first program to ever have 6 draftees in a single draft as Charlize Ledger-Walker goes 18th to the Connecticut Sun. This is a player, Corey Close, talked to us about her leadership, how her teammates would always look to her, the equanimity that she brought to the table for her team. We saw her come through in key moments en route to that national championship, and now she is headed to the WNBA.
When I asked the Connecticut Sun specifically about Charlize Ledger-Walker, the response was, I think she's excellent. You want to go somewhere where they think you're excellent. She showed this past year that she can impact winning with limited field goal attempts. Reads pick and roll coverage beautifully, finds open teammates out of it, a 3-level scorer who can keep players in front of her defensively. And I guess when you have this many players going, you're going to end up with one of your college teammates, and she will be reunited with Gianna Neepkins.
I mean, you had to think Connecticut was so happy when they saw Charlize Ledger-Walker still available, knowing they have Gianna Neepkins, knowing they already have this connection. And how many times this season did we see Charlize Ledger-Walker find Gianna Neepkins and kick the ball out to her? She is so fun to talk to and plays with so much joy.
And one of 6 UCLA Bruins drafted tonight, a new record for a single school in a single draft. And Charlize is with Holly.
Well, the 6 seniors are in the league. Everybody here together tonight, but you've made a little history of your own. What is special tonight about New Zealand getting a name called in the WNBA draft?
Yeah, I'm the first from New Zealand to ever be drafted, so it's a big moment.
What does that mean for people in your country, little girls who want to grow up and be just like you?
I think it means a lot, and I'm just really humbled that, you know, I can kind of be that role model, and I just hope that everybody watching from New Zealand just knows that they belong here, and if they, you know, set their sights high, they can, you know, be limitless, so.
You belong here tonight too, and I know that you'll make your mark in the W. How do you do it quickly and get some playing time with that team and earn it?
Yeah, you know, I think it's just going in with an open mind, taking in a lot from the vets and just learning a lot, and then just being, you know, the best teammate I can, and whatever role that is that I need to partake in, then I'm going to do that.
All right, congratulations. We've got history all around. Thank you.
Congrats, Charlize. Hey, our NBA playoffs coverage begin Saturday. The Rockets and the Lakers, 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. on
Mystics
ABC
cooking.
and the ESPN
I didn't understand
app.
the code.
KB LeBron, good way to get things
Even the
going
Dream
in the
got a
NBA
huge
playoff
pick.
scores.
Okay. I love it.
To the commissioner,
Beautiful
we
pick.
go. Guess who's selecting again? It's the Washington Mystics. Last year and this year, plenty of them. All right, Commish, what you got for number 19?
With the 19th pick in the 2026 WNBA draft, the Washington Mystics select Kassan Prosper from the University of Notre Dame.
Okay.
Many wondered, would Kassan Prosper go back for another
Youngest
season
player
at
in the
Notre
draft, I
Dame?
think.
Instead, she enters the draft and
She
gets
got that
selected
beef.
early in the second round here to
Got
the
some
Washington
defense.
Mystics in the building tonight. And Kassan Prosper, the 19th overall selection.
And she's coming off of such a strong season, Ryan. Just under 14 points per game, 6.5 rebounds per game, just under 2 assists and 2 steals. The ability to impact the game in a multitude of ways. She crashed the offensive glass hard this season, and I felt like watching Notre Dame in the NCAA tournament, her defensive versatility was also on full display.
Certainly brings size, length, versatility, can play the 3 or the 4, can score in a variety of ways. And you said it, Drea, so important at the pro level to be able to have versatility on the defensive end of the floor. She can guard both bigs and smalls.
And Kassan Prosper, one of 4 Mystic selections tonight, and she is with Holly Rowe.
You came ready for your moment. You have believed in yourself, putting your name in the WNBA draft. Where does that deep belief in what you're able to do come from?
Oh my goodness. I think it has to come from my parents, my family. Having my older brother here means everything. They've always installed so much confidence in me. And to be here, you know, have my coaches here, I'm just so proud of myself.
What are you most proud of?
I think this run, I mean, we had an amazing run in the NCAA tournament. And for me, I'm just so proud of just how much I've persevered and how much I've believed in myself these past 4 years at Notre Dame. And now I just get to move on to the next step, but I'm so excited.
We're happy to have you here tonight. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ali. Congrats, Kassan. How about UCLA? Yeah, plenty of reasons to dance tonight. 6 draftees, a new record.
Whole team. My goodness. Yeah, I mean, just looking at it though, even the Sky got a great pick for their team. That makes sense, you know. Yeah, Mystics. Of course, they have a lot of picks. Man, I don't know what's going on with Jeff and the Mystics, dog. I don't know what's going on, but he got to start giving them his first picks. What's going on with that, dog? Olivia, I'm still a little confused on that as well, because yeah, I think she's a fantastic playmaker. I think she has a lot of ability on the offensive side, but I don't see Reed starting her over Courtney nor K-Mac. I just don't see it, dog. I don't see it, man. So, I mean, that's why I'm saying backup. She could be in the second unit, I guess, you know. Seattle, it makes sense. Then they just got Flau'jae. So, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. But those are probably my favorite picks right now. The Sun, I forgot they had Nail too. My goodness. Yeah, those are probably my favorite picks right now. That trade was nuts. that trade was nuts, dog. Latson slipping this low is crazy. I mean, honestly, I thought Neepkins was gonna go quicker than she did. So I'm not even surprised at this point, dog. I'm not even surprised, dog. No one lasting on the Washington. Janai Barker. Hey, Janai Barker. Let me tell y'all, man. Barker. I understand she might not be first round, but she got a lot of upside.
Here's the tip.
She got a lot of upside.
Watch, like Lisa Leslie.
She got size on her. Only thing about Barker,
That's pretty.
she falls in love with the three at times where I feel like she needs to drive in, get hot.
It's only gonna get better.
We don't see this a couple times, but that's the only thing with Janai Barker.
Loving the walk in there from Rebecca.
Making her decision making
That's the cutest thing I've ever seen. Can we please bring the hat back?
The Kangol, there were no
But-
stylists back in 1997. A Kangol.
I think
you've
she
never
got a
heard
lot
of
of
a
I think for the 35th anniversary of the draft, you bring the hat.
Oh, look at that. Yes.
And the mean side eye.
I love it. Just terrific. And the post-game interview as well.
For me.
Okay, Lobo.
So that was the opening game 30
Okay.
years ago. And now one of those franchises, the LA Sparks, on the clock right now, about to pick for the first time tonight. This is an LA team that it feels like they've had a very productive offseason thus far.
100% when you talk about bringing in Nneka Ogwumike. I mean, one of the greatest leaders that this league has ever seen. I mean,
Saw her here earlier tonight.
The staple in getting this CBA and getting this going for the league and for her team, to me, she's a champion, she's a winner, and she brings so much poise to this LA Sparks roster.
I think that's one of the things that LA did really well in their free agency, both with Nneka and also with Ariel Atkins, is they brought a real calming presence to the locker room alongside Kelsey Plum, who was already there. And now they can also use some of their youth and build on that particular Cameron Brink, their draft pick from a couple of years ago, and then this pick as well.
All right, the commissioner is ready. Back to the podium. The 20th overall pick is in. Who will the LA Sparks take with their first pick tonight?
Okay, here go LA.
With the 20th pick in the 2026 WNBA draft, the Los Angeles Sparks select Tanaya Latson,
That's you.
University of South Carolina.
Yes, you. Okay, Latson. Landed on the
Tanaya
spot.
Latson getting huge hugs from her family after an outstanding season at South Carolina. An All-American this year, and just showed so much of her game this season under Dawn Staley and that Gamecock staff. We saw her playmaking, her defense, in addition to the scoring, and now goes to the LA Sparks, where she's going to have, you guys talked about it, the balance on the roster, young talent, but also a lot of terrific vets to learn from out in LA.
LA certainly wanted to look for a perimeter player in this spot. And Tanaya Latson, you said it, Ryan, her junior year at Florida State led the nation in scoring, showed that she could do that. And then her senior year showed that she could blend in seamlessly with a roster loaded with talent, improved defensively, improved in terms of her playmaking for others, remains elite when she gets out and transition out on the fast break and scoring.
She's a naturally gifted scorer. We saw that for 3 seasons, who wanted to become a more complete player. When I talked to Tanaya Latson earlier this year, she said she wanted to learn lessons that she would probably learn in the W in this season at South Carolina. Rebecca, you said it in terms of fitting with a team, and she has an excellent team in LA.
And Holly is with Tanaya.
Well, Tanaya, sometimes it's hard to wait and hear your name called, but it's not where you go, it's the place that you go. How can you get in? They need guards in LA. How can you get in and make your name really quickly?
I mean, just bring what I bring to the table. That's getting downhill, being a great teammate, and just being ready to work, being a professional.
Buckets, that's what you get, right? Also, you told me earlier that you have been so great at adapting, whether it was at South Carolina. You're a proud military child, and you've grown up having to adapt to everywhere you've gone. How do you adapt quickly to the league and make your name known?
Yeah, I mean, just listen to my vets, the people that came before me, and just give my best, give my all.
We saw you do that for South Carolina this year. Congratulations, and I can't wait to watch you play in the W.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Tanaya. Congratulations. Thank you, Holly. Meanwhile, the Chicago Sky up next with the 21st pick. It is in. And with the 21st pick in the 2026 WNBA draft, the Chicago Sky select Latasha Lattimore from Ole Miss.
Oh,
so that
wow.
is the 21st overall pick, second Ole Miss player we've seen go tonight.
Yeah, she's a really intriguing pick to me. I had a number of front office people tell me they think she is going to be a better pro than she was a college player. Ryan, when you and I watched her during the SEC tournament, 6 form at her frame, ability to slash and make threes, reminded us very much of Dawana Bonner. This young woman could have a really nice upside in the league.
Yeah, she has so much length. You mentioned the SEC tournament. She had 28 points against Vanderbilt in that SEC tournament, but she also has potential to be an excellent defender. Top 10 in blocks and blocks per game. Her length is impactful on both ends of the floor, and you know someone coming from Ole Miss knows the importance of defense.
All right, here are the best available players. Plenty of talent still to come when it comes to who will be selected in this draft, as we are now midway through the second round, and we have the 22nd pick in with the 22nd pick in the 2026 WNBA draft. The Toronto Tempo select Tiani Key from the University of Kentucky. So Tiani Key will head to Toronto. You talk about a player who obviously has just pro skills. She's someone who just stands out so brightly when you watch her play.
Yes, certainly. Tiani Key at 6'5" is another player who you think her best days are ahead of her. She's a terrific athlete. Very good on the glass, especially on the offensive glass. 11.5 points, 7.5 rebounds a game. 3 of them were on the offensive end of the floor. Rangy athlete, attacks the basket, and can be mobile on both ends of the floor as well.
All right, well, Tiani Key, the 22nd overall pick, headed to Toronto. Azzi Fudd, the first selection tonight. You saw the reaction from her teammates later on tonight. We will chat with Azzi on set.
I'm surprised Laxton went to the Sparks, though. They have a lot of guards, now that I'm looking at it. They have some guards on them. I almost forgot their roster. Atkins, I know she'll be at the 2. Plum. Then you got Wheeler and Van Loo. So I wonder, like, I don't know, what's their plan with that one? Unless they feel like somebody might not make the roster. I don't know. But key to the tempo. Okay. I'm not mad at that one. Okad went to the Dream. Okad is on the Dream, which was a huge pick for the Dream. That was a huge pick. That was stupid for trading Flau'jae. Yeah, I don't know why they did that. But I mean, y'all, I don't know. What they got for, I don't think it was that bad though, honestly. It's a slower player, but can still stretch the floor, has size on her. But yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't have gave up Flau'jae though. I wouldn't have given her up. I don't know why they did that. That is kind of crazy. Still good shooting. You got good shooting. I mean, I guess.
Flau'jae, Olivia Miles, all rocking the orange carpet. Awa Fam Tiam, the 3rd overall pick. Yeah, Azzi Fudd. Hey, Sue Bird and company.
I appreciate you, fam.
In the house. Aubrey, Sandra. Yeah, Paige Becker's in the house. That's right. And Jake from State Farm is in the house as well tonight here at the Shed at Hudson Yards. More picks are in. Golden State selecting Ashlyn Jackson from Duke. LA gets Chance Gray from Ohio State. Indiana takes Justine Passat from Vanderbilt. And the Toronto Tempo selecting Saffron Shields from Australia. As we welcome you back to our set, Ryan Rizzo, Rebecca Lobo, and Andrea Carter. All right, the Phoenix Mercury on the clock with the. What are you laughing about?
I'm trying to catch up with all of these.
You're trying to catch up.
I know.
You're doing great, Ryan.
The 27th pick, the first of the night for the Phoenix Mercury. This is a team that their front office has been really creative in how they've been able to build a team that went to the finals a season ago. Again, this year, they don't have early picks, right? So they have to be creative once again.
I think that was the thing that was most interesting to me with Phoenix a year ago. Last year, they had 0 picks in that draft, and they still ended up with 5 rookies on their roster. Granted, a handful of them were 27, 28 years old because they were able to mine some of the talent of young players that had gone overseas to hone their skills. And so here's their roster. They can, I guess, as long as no one gets in foul trouble, they can play right now. But they have certainly done a great job in a different, unorthodox way of building a successful roster.
Yeah, I think it's important to note, too, this is the last year of the Kalia Copper trade. They had a couple of other trades where they lost their picks. This is actually a leg up because you mentioned they had no picks last year, but their ability to scout talent. I mean, Monica Koamakani was their starting point guard. Her first time in the country was for training camp. So I trust Phoenix's ability to find exactly who they're looking for and who will fit.
All right, well, it is time for the selection. With the 27th pick in the 2026 WNBA draft, the Phoenix Mercury select Inès Pitarch-Grenelle from France. Talked about it internationally, how this organization has done a really nice job mining different international areas to fill out their roster. We're also seeing that become more of a theme in this league.
Today, they signed 2 French forwards as well. So now we have a trio that Holly can speak to when we go to Phoenix Mercury games.
That's right. And I think that there is just a general trust, right, with their ability to scout there because of what you both were talking about. All right, we have another selection in with the 28th pick in the 2026 WNBA draft. The Atlanta Dream select India Navar from the University of North Carolina. We saw her really play well in that matchup against UConn, where the Tar Heels gave the Huskies a scare in the Sweet 16. Rebecca, we were joking about it, sitting there courtside watching. She was playing like she was 6'3". She's not, but it feels like she has that kind of size.
It's so funny because Chinea Gumake and I were at that exact same game. We're sitting up in the stands and we looked up her size and we're like, wait, she's not 6'2", she's not 6'3". She
we did the exact same thing.
She plays so much bigger than her size. She's a 5'10" guard, but has a big presence. The UConn game, 28 points, 8 rebounds, 4 steals. She knocked down a 3. She's got great length. Averaged a career best just under 11 points per game. Shot 45% from the field. She's also grown more confident as a 3-point shooter. So that's an area where she can continue to develop now that she's in the league.
All right. Well, Azzi Fudd, the #1 selection tonight. She will join the show next, coming to the desk after being the #1 overall selection.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't invite us.
Lesson number 3. They won't throw your fit out there.
I mean, it's, they go through it quick. I don't know. They could have came up with something, Show them at the table or something. It might not be enough tables. But, Justine Passat, yes. Only thing I'm worried about with Passat is the defense. She can block, though. Don't go to sleep on her. All right? She can slap some shots. But, man, they needed that 6'4" stretching. Yeah. Oh, I pray she just come in and dominate right off the bat. Oh, man, I pray. Oh, my goodness. That is exactly what they need. Exactly. So now, I mean, the Allen, I'm still not understanding that sign, though, y'all. I don't understand it, man. I don't understand it. But, man, I'm just interested to see what they're going to do with Raven. How they're going to fit her in. That's what I'm interested in. But, man, yes. Passat, yes. I'm happy right now. I'm happy right now, man. I'll take it. All right. Okay, Fever. There we go. Who would y'all say is winning in the draft right now? Who would y'all say? Man, I don't know what happened to Beers. Hold my beer. I don't know what happened. She might be in the draft. I don't know. Mystics, Seattle, Mystics. Mystics was last year too. It's kind of unfair to say Mystics because they have the most. So, they have the most picks right now. But
16-0, a 16-game winning streak into the playoffs. Got pushed by Seattle, but escaped. Got pushed by Indiana, but escaped. And then we're able to sweep the Phoenix Mercury. Asia Wilson, a 4-time MVP, just continues to add trophies to that already stacked case. And here at the Shed Hudson Yards, she will soon find out who the next player to join her team will be. Vegas has done a nice job retaining all that top talent. Speaks to what they've built there with Becky Hammond and the Aces, that these players, they want to stay, whether it's a Jewel Lloyd, a Chelsea Gray, a Jackie Young, or, of course, in Asia.
Their top six. Their top six scorers returned from a year ago. They were able to add Brianna Turner in free agency as well. Melissa Smith in perhaps the best shape of her life coming into this season. So this is a team poised and ready and hopeful to repeat.
Yeah, and this is an opportunity for a rookie to have a team that knows what it takes to win a championship. I mean, when we talk about dynasties, the most recent one is the Las Vegas Aces and their ability to win season after season, even when things don't look like they're going well early in the season, they're able to figure it out.
And when you look at their loaded roster, the one thing they need, a rookie salary.
Well, they're going to get that. With the 29th pick of the 2026 WNBA draft, the Las Vegas Aces select Janiyah Barker from the University of Tennessee.
Wow.
Janiyah Barker at 6'4" with a 6'7" wingspan, pro size, athleticism, and a pro skill set already. She can score from the perimeter, has solid handles, attacks the rim well. One GM described her to me as having insane physical skills.
Yeah, 47% from the field, 37% from beyond the arc this season. Had to create most of her shots. She won't have to do that alongside Chelsea Gray and the Las Vegas Aces, but 6'4" forward with guard skills, bringing all of that talent to Vegas.
All right, well, coming up next, we have a special ESPN hockey matchup, a huge game for the Los Angeles Kings, who are trying to get closer to locking up the final wild card spot in the West. They will be in Seattle squaring off against the Kraken. We have the final selection of the second round here in the 2026 WNBA draft. And with the 30th pick in the 2026 WNBA draft, the Washington Mystics select Dariana Little-Page Buggs from Baylor University. So that is the final pick of the second round tonight.
Yeah, Little-Page Buggs at 6'1", does her work in the paint as an undersized post, can be relentless on the glass, including 3 offensive rebounds per game. But look at that. 5 draft picks for this young Washington Mystics team.
And that's after they had 3 first-rounders last year. There is the second round total.
That's crazy.
The third round is coming up next on ESPN.
Yo, can we talk about Barker real quick, though?
Is presented by.
I can't hold you. Asia Wilson take Barker under her wing and kind of, give her game on certain things. Barker can be dangerous, dog. Barker could be dangerous. Like I said, she just fall in love with that 3-point just a little bit too much. Like if you miss 3 of them, all right, get inside, find your shot, get hot, then step out. But man, Barker finally off the board. Yeah. Quinn said, will she? If she do it, man, I'm interested to see how she turn out. Yeah, you still have Sarah, still have Rory on the board right now. We'll see if they get drafted, man. We're going into the final round. Oh boy. Beers could be picked in the she could be picked in the final round. I really thought Garzon was going to be picked. I thought she was going to be picked too. Maybe who else? What's that girl from Indiana? Shay. I thought Shay would have been drafted. That girl can hoop. She's small. I think she like 5'6" or something, 5'7" maybe. But she's small, and she might have trouble on the blitz. But that girl, man, ooh-wee. She's a great shot creator. But I think it's her height that people are worried about.
The Shed at Hudson Yards. And we'll get right to it with the 31st pick in the 2026 WNBA draft. The Dallas Wings select Z Spearman from the University of Tennessee.
Okay.
And with the 32nd pick in the 2026 WNBA draft, the Chicago Sky select Tony Morgan from the University of Connecticut. For the 33rd pick in the WNBA draft, we're going to send things back to the podium where the commissioner has the selection.
With the 33rd pick in the 2026 WNBA draft, the Connecticut Sun select Sarah Williams from the University of Connecticut.
Williams. Okay.
Well, you hear the raucous ovation for Sarah Williams, who transferred to Connecticut this season, did a really nice job as the starting five, and here in the crowd with her teammates, and now selected.
Sarah Williams at 6'4" showed she can hold her own inside and switch defensively out on the perimeter. Much lower usage at UConn than she had previously at Wisconsin, where in her junior year averaged 19 points and 10 rebounds a game. Certainly the Connecticut Sun in their last season in the state, pending WNBA Board of Governors approval, will be thrilled to see Sarah Williams potentially on the roster.
Through her career, consistent 60+% field goal percentage at the rim, career high 67% at UConn. You mentioned her time at Wisconsin. Took more catch and shoot jumpers in her time there. Certainly some potential to grow in that area in the W.
All right, you see those four selections for Connecticut tonight. Meanwhile, there have been a whole lot of selections from the Washington Mystics tonight, and there is another now with the 34th pick in the 2026 WNBA draft. The Washington Mystics select Rory Harmon from the University of Texas.
Rory Harmon is a point guard, a winner, and one of the most experienced players and greatest winners at Texas. She sets the tone defensively with her on-ball pressure and helped rebuild Texas basketball from the ground up. First player in Texas women's basketball program history with 1,200 points and 700 assists and the all-defensive team. Offensively and defensively, she can be a leader.
Only 5'6", but that's never stopped Rory Harmon. Incredibly disruptive defender. Got her bounce back this year, and you could see her able to hit her mid-range. Low volume, but did prove that she can shoot threes at a 45% clip this year.
An iconic player for that Texas program, and so happy for Rory Harmon as she goes to the Washington Mystics. With the 35th pick in the 2026 WNBA draft, the Los Angeles Sparks select Amelia Hassett from the University of Kentucky. We know this is a big-time shooting threat. We saw the way she was able to succeed in Kenny Brooks's offense at Kentucky and now headed to the LA Sparks.
Yeah, certainly can bring some shooting at her size at 6'4". And one of the things Kentucky used her to do is run the floor, run to the corner, space the floor. We saw her in multiple games just get on fire, hit 5 or 6 threes in a game. This is a young woman who helps space the floor and, again, brings great shooting at her size.
She's also a blue-collar player, plays with toughness and physicality. You mentioned 5 or 6 threes a game. She averaged just under 3 made threes a game.
All right, we'll step aside, come back with more selections in this third round on a wonderful night in New York City.
They almost finished. I saw somebody said, this the cut round. Hey, we got to remember, they have those extra slots. So, I don't know. This could be I don't know. You can still make a team in this round, you know? Main person I always think about is Deja Kelly, man. The way she came out and performed and still got cut, I was like, oh, man, yeah, they got to fix that. Man, this is so creepy. My goodness. Not even a day into the WNBA. That is crazy. I don't know why they traded. Who did Fever pick at 25? Justine Passat, the player I've been raving about, man. Look, 6'4", can stretch the floor. Defense is okay. I think she can slap some shots in that paint. But, yeah, man, I think she's exactly what the Indiana Fever needed. If they couldn't find it in the free agency, definitely a good pick in the college draft, man. Yes, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about right here, man. Come on, man. I'm hoping she comes out the gate balling, just knocking down shots for him. Like seem like a nature. Oh, good natured, chill, respectful guy. Nice. Yeah, man, I'm chill, man. I don't be tripping about much. I might joke, you know. I joke a lot. I just have fun with this, man. That's the thing. We all have to remember to have fun with this. It's entertaining. You know, once you get into the race stuff, it's like, all right, man, all right. I just want to talk ball at this point, man. We don't have to go all through that. Let's have a good time.
The third round continues here from New York City. A few more selections have been made with the 36th pick in the 2026 WNBA draft. The Toronto Tempo select Charlize Dunn from Davidson. With the 37th pick, the Portland Fire select Taylor Bigby from TCU. And with the 38th pick, the Golden State Valkyries select Kokoro Tanaka from Japan. We know the international theme has been a big one tonight. You know what else has been a theme tonight? The first overall selection, Azzi Fudd, who joins us now. Azzi, congratulations. The first pick of this year's draft. I know, I'm sure there's some anticipation, some knowledge that it could happen, but what does it actually feel like when you sit there and hear your name called first overall?
There's no words to really describe that feeling. Surreal. I had goosebumps the whole time, but seriously, I'm so grateful. It just was a super special moment, and to share it with my family, with my friends, with my teammates. I mean, this really is a dream come true.
You're a player who watches the WNBA. What are some of your initial thoughts about rejoining Paige, but also Arike Ogunbowale and some of the other talent they have in Dallas?
Initial reaction, pure excitement. I can't wait. I mean, obviously Paige, Arike, getting to watch them, and then seeing their new pieces. I'm so excited. I can't wait to get there. I can't wait to learn how to play with them, learn how they play, their style of play, and how I can contribute.
You know, Azzi, you mentioned style of play, and we spend so much time talking about you and your game. But in your opinion, what are the strengths that you are bringing to this Dallas team?
Yeah, I'm a great shooter. But I think something special is I know how to space the floor. I know how to read the game. I know how to do what my team needs, whether, you know, it's spacing, whether that's cutting, whether it's off-ball movement, whatever it is. I'm going to do that. And, yeah, just contribute any way I can.
You talked about it earlier too, Azzi, but what is it like going through this experience with the other members of your draft class and just spending this condensed time together? going through the car wash of events that you guys do, but the amount of time you spend together getting to know each other at this incredible moment in your lives.
It was amazing to share this weekend, this experience with them. I mean, we spent so much time competing against each other from high school to now, competing against each other. So to get this weekend to get to know each other, to share this, we're all going through this at the same time. It's been super special. I mean, I was so happy to see every single one of them get drafted tonight, see their names up on the board. So I'm so proud of them. They've been through a lot and they deserve this as well.
I heard you joking before, Drea, with Azzi pregame about the nails because
I mean, wait, did you change nails? They didn't look like this earlier.
No,
those are fire.
Yeah, I had to switch. I switched my outfit, switched the nails.
You switched nails mid. Wow, that's a new one mid-draft. But Gino told you needed to cut them down last time in order for the shots to start falling, which seemed to work against Syracuse in the second round.
It did work. This is only for drafts. You don't play with these nails on.
No. That would be really difficult to knock down shots with. I don't know. Some players do it, but
I don't know how they do it.
Azzi, your journey through UConn, there were ups, there were downs. When you think about the player you were going into the University of Connecticut and the player you are today and the person you are today, what are some of the biggest differences in terms of how you've grown?
I think the biggest difference is my confidence. When I step on the floor, just believing in myself, what I'm capable of, I know I belong. And I know what I can contribute. I know what I bring. And yeah, I'd say my confidence.
Well, we can't wait to see you bring that to Dallas. Congratulations, Azzi, on an amazing night and being the #1 overall pick.
Thank you guys so much.
That's going to be interesting.
Azzi Fudd,
what are they going
the
to do
#1
in Dallas?
overall pick tonight as she heads to the Dallas Wings. Meanwhile, another selection is in with the 39th pick in the 2026 WNBA draft. The Seattle Storm select Grace Van Slooten from Michigan State.
Oh, somebody asked about
Grace Van Slooten is a 6'3" forward, averaged 15 points per game the last 3 seasons. So the mark of consistency this most recent season, 15 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, and 3 steals. She does most of her work in the paint, but she can face up and put the ball on the floor for 1 or 2 dribbles. Not a 3-point threat, but can also face up. She likes the reverse pivot into a mid-range jump shot and plenty of room to grow in her game.
You see the selections for Seattle tonight. They have traded Suarez in a deal with Golden State and acquired Flau'jae Johnson. So you add Flau'jae Johnson to that core. We'll keep the 3rd round picks going right now. And with the 40th pick in the 2026 WNBA draft, the Indiana Fever select Jessica Timmons from the University of Alabama. And here are the 3 selections tonight for the Indiana Fever. We know this team, they are ready to compete right now with who they have on their roster, who they've drafted in recent years, and then also the free agency selections. How about their picks tonight?
I love what they did in free agency, and credit to Amber Cox, and I also love what they've done here in the WNBA draft. Justine Passat, of course, 6'4", a player who can come down and make threes in transition. Just a problem because of her length and versatility offensively. But I love Raven Johnson for them. Why? If she comes off the bench for Caitlin Clark, she brings a totally different type of player, a different defender. You think about her potentially alongside Caitlin Clark, that can work as well. Just a lot of exciting possibilities for Indiana.
All right. How about New York? The Liberty have not selected yet tonight. We get to talk about them right now. We mentioned the addition of Satu Sabali earlier. This is a Liberty team that's just 1 year removed from a championship, and there's a whole lot of talent right there in those 5 players, Drea.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And the addition of Satu Sabali, something I thought that the Liberty were missing at times last season was speed and power and athleticism. Satu Sabali certainly brings those things.
That's what I've been saying the whole time.
This is a mean roster.
Oh, it also brings a ton of length when you look at that potential starting 5. And their GM, Jonathan Kolb, said this could be one of the most versatile lineup combinations in WNBA history because of the versatility of the Unicorn and Satu Sabali. And remember, this is a New York Liberty team that started the season a year ago 9-0, and then they dealt with injury after injury after injury. So they had a great championship core returning this year if they stay healthy, plus the addition of Sabali. Watch out.
All right. Their pick is in with the 41st pick in the 2026 WNBA draft. The New York Liberty select Manuela Potch from Australia. So another international pick here tonight. That has been a huge theme. We've seen the league trending this way, and the Liberty take the 6-1 forward from Australia. We'll step aside again here on the WNBA draft. Come back with more selections as we near the finish line of tonight's draft.
They got that Pauline girl for the Liberty. Hey,
lesson number.
That girl can hoop too, man. Oh man, I forgot about that. I straight up forgot about that. Dang. Yeah, the Liberty, man, they don't need any picks. They don't need any picks, fam. But look, man, I don't know what's gonna happen with Raven and Passat. The last pick caught me off guard. I didn't really check her game like that, but I don't know what they're gonna do. It's just things that I'm seeing where the Fever are going to struggle. So that's the best I can do is predict what I'm seeing. It could change. Basketball works in mysterious ways. It could actually work somehow. But yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know. If anything, I would have added a shooter, like another pure knockdown hitter, like Neekins. I would have went for Neekins. I would have went for Neekins, dog. I can't hold you. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe they have something in mind. Because I'm just wondering, like, if you're going to want Raven to run the 1, you already had Caitlin and Ty. So how's the rotation going to look? That's my biggest question. How's that rotation going to look? Somebody said shorties. Yeah, they short, man. They need size. The Passat pick, that was perfect. That Passat pick was perfect. That helps a whole lot. How long did they pick? Oh, they got Laney White. Okay.
She can't miss. The finish. Mark, another long three. She's back. A knee. Brianna Storm dagger. We'll see. You bet.
That's the final pick. I thought, what's the name going?
For the Las Vegas Aces.
I thought Dugan might have been picked.
Well, the Aces dynasty is certainly a big story going into this season. As we wrap up the third round of the 2026 WNBA draft, here are the final 4 selections. With the 42nd pick, the Phoenix Mercury select Esther Ratkai from Hungary. With the 43rd
I'm not mad at that
the
pick.
Atlanta
That's
Dream
a
select
solid pick.
Kajia Ran from China. With the 44th pick, the Las Vegas Aces select Jordan Obi from the University of Kentucky. And with the 45th and final pick in the 2026 WNBA draft, the Minnesota Lynx select Lonnie White from the University of Utah. As we welcome you back to our set one final time tonight, Ryan Ruocco alongside Rebecca Lobo, Andrea Carter, Holly Rowe. And, we are nearing the start of this season. We are less than a month away from the start of action, thanks to the transformative CBA that the league and the players agreed upon. This game gets to continue moving forward. Rebecca, when you think about what you are most excited for in the 30th season of the WNBA, what comes to mind?
I think part of it is that this is a huge milestone for the WNBA in its 30th year, and I'm eager to see how some of the championship contenders continue to form with Vegas and New York and Indiana. And also, of course, there's so much young talent. We started the show talking about it, 54 additional jobs that there weren't a year ago. How is some of that young talent going to come to fruition for some of these teams?
The championship contenders we will always have our eye on. Just looking at this draft, I'm excited about some of these teams that were supposedly in rebuild years. The Washington Mystics once again blew me away. They did the same thing last season, using all their picks. They got great pieces. I love what Seattle was able to do. I feel like we always make history. Like these recent years, it's history after history making things. We did that tonight with UCLA and all the draftees that we have. So I'm looking forward to more history being made.
You know what I'm looking forward to? We got a bunch of millionaires in this league. Come on. All these women who have been grinding since they were little girls are about to get paid. And it makes me feel very emotional. We have been building this for so long. And to see Tina Thompson here tonight, it started there. And here we are. These women deserve this. They have worked for this. And so I'm excited for everybody who is going to get paid what they deserve finally. And then wait, I do have one basketball one if I can quit crying.
Go ahead.
Is the Las Vegas Aces. Hello, can we talk about them being able to keep Chelsea Gray, who is ascending in this moment, getting better? Jackie Young, Asia Wilson, I think what they were able to keep as their core and the pieces they'll add, don't sleep on the Aces.
And Holly, just to piggyback on that, I was walking by Madison Square Garden today, and the old Southgate Tower, which is where the players from that first couple of years in the New York Liberty stayed, and the max salary at the time being $50,000, and how far this league has come. Congratulations to these young women.
And, you know, part of the reason it has come this far is the emotion we see from people like you, Holly, the incredible, genuine investment that people have who are in and around this league, whether on the floor or behind the scenes. That is going to wrap things up for us tonight. We are going to get you to the Los Angeles Kings and the Seattle Kraken. Coming up next, we'll see you in early May on ABC to tip off the season for Tim Corrigan, Hillary Guy, Rodney Vaughn, Joshua Carswell, Ashley Ward, Rebecca Lobo, Holly Rowe, Andrea Carter, and our entire crew. I'm Ryan Rucco. What a historic night in New York City.
What a draft, man. What a draft.
I just want to have a good night. I just want to.
Man, I didn't even get to tell y'all to subscribe, hit the like button, nothing, man. I was just locked in. Yo, I appreciate every single last one of y'all sliding in. Make sure you hit the sub button on your way out. I mean, what a draft, man. I mean, if y'all want to stick around for a little bit, we can talk about it, or I could just make the video, but it's on y'all if y'all want to talk about it. But yeah, honestly, man, looking at the draft, I really like what the Dream did with Okot. That was a beautiful pick. To have that one, you know, that one in the first round, that was a solid pick, dog. The Sun, they did a fantastic job with their picks with Neekins and Nell. Fantastic job. I like Kiki Rice pick for Tempo. That was a nice pick too. Oh, let me get this off. I don't want to show this. Oh, there we go. Yeah, man, it was a few teams cooking. Thanks for streaming. No problem, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all know this the least I could do for y'all. The least. Man, looks amazing. I appreciate it, fam. Yeah, speaking on the fever of the world. Hey, hold on. Hey, can y'all hear these? Can y'all hear those? Man, the fever. Look, I don't know what they have with this league, but the main pick that I did like was the Passat pick, because that was the pick that I wanted from the jump. We needed the size. We needed a three-point shoot. Barker to the Aces. That's a solid pick for them. I like that. Oh, no problem, fam. No problem. I see you, guy. No problem. Who else, man? Hold on. Let me look at it. Martine going at 7 was wild. That was wild. I think she's a good player. But, man, her at 7? Man, I did not see that coming, y'all. I did not see that coming. Flau'jae traded? What was that about? I mean, she fit still with Seattle, but she was fitting just as well with the Valkyries. So I don't know, man. I don't know what made them trade. Of course, keeping Betts and Dugalich or Google Me together, that's nice. That's a nice little pick. I don't know about Cody, though. You pick them, but then you got Cody. So I'm wondering how they're going to work with space on the floor. Like what they have up their sleeve, what they're thinking. What are they thinking with that? Fudd to Dallas. I mean, I didn't necessarily understand that one either. Can't wait to see what they do. But if it's anything like last year, man, you know, when they had Enrique, Page, and Dejanay, the small lineup wasn't working. So if they're bringing Azzi off the bench, maybe then it works. But yeah, I don't see them going small lineup like that again. I don't think they'll want to do that. So I'm interested to see what goes down. Flau'jae Johnson, I've never seen. She played for Vanderbilt. She can shoot, man. She can shoot that rock. She's 6'4", so she has the size. She can help us in the paint with the defense. Yeah, you're going to like her, man. You're going to like her. Hopefully she does step out and shine right away. Hopefully. Hopefully she steps out and shine right away. I'm hoping. But that girl can shoot that rock, man. So I can't wait to see it. Thanks so much for streaming this. I'm over in UK. No problem, Catherine. No problem. I appreciate you, fam. JDA with a donation. Thank you, fam. I appreciate you as always. I just see 3 guards. I'm sick. Yeah, man. Look, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do, man. No problem, Coleman. No problem. Fudd was to appease the Paisley groupies. Probably, I don't know. I don't know why they did that route. Some of these players getting cut, which is the sad part. Yeah, it sucks, man. It does suck. They have to be careful growing the league. I think they probably should have made more space for players, like permanent spaces, because even with the developmental spots, they can't play a lot of games. So I'm just wondering, should they have made the rosters bigger instead of more teams? Would that have worked? Because you got to be careful expanding so fast, Exactly. Yeah, that's how I feel. I mean, I'm glad they're getting more teams, but I think they could have just made the rosters big. Worried about locker room in Indiana? Whew. Come on, man. Don't put those don't put those nightmares in my head, man. Come on, man. If he was so disrespectful, how are you gonna draft Caitlin's ops? When I saw people losing their minds over what she said, I had a feeling the irony was gonna happen. I'm like, yo, what it'll be crazy if she gets drafted. Now, I didn't necessarily see what she said. I just went off word of mouth, so I can't really judge exactly what she said. But, yeah, man, I got to go back and listen to it. It's all good with Raven. I'm stoked that our backcourt is looking solid. Yeah, that's a key. Now that, I wonder what the starting lineup is going to look like. What's the front court going to look like? I know AB is a starter. Who else would y'all say is a starter in the front court? She didn't say nothing crazy besides the truth. Okay, I got to listen to it. Now, there is a hate workout for you FIBA fans. She is one. I wasn't hating on Azzi. I think she's a solid shooter. I just think her ball handling isn't there all the way, but she's a solid scorer for sure. Thanks for the live. Oh, hold on, let's get it. Dang, can't even find it. Oh, Baku. Hey, no problem, fam. No problem. Couldn't find a stream anywhere. No problem, fam. My pleasure. Glad you can stop in. So y'all thinking Boston, Mo. Who else? So that's the 5 and 4. So who else would you put? Who are you putting at the 3? If you think FIBA still got some bag money to get an AB backup, They could. I mean, I still don't know the salaries. I don't know what AB is getting paid. Did they announce what Mo was getting paid? I don't think they announced a lot of these salaries, man. So they could. They could be working up something. Appreciate you, Easy. Thanks for the live. No problem. No problem, William. My guy, man. My guy, William. Shout out, William. Trade Raven for Chloe. Doc been wanting Chloe so bad. Oh, man. AB to the 4, Mo at the 5. Okay, all right. Who's backing them up? Justine, you got Justine. I think she's definitely backing one of them up. Who's after her? Like, if we go Justine at the 4, who's backing up Boston? Chloe ain't coming back. We got Lexi at the 3. Okay. They announced Mo's salary. I haven't been paying attention, so that's on me. Mo's 800. Okay. Line made it seem like CC fans were trolling her online. Yeah, I gotta listen to what she said just to see what see what was really said. Great pickup to give Caitlin some downtime. Well, we can't. I mean, if we have Billings starting, how's she gonna back up Boston? That's the thing. Yeah, Beers is still out there. Hold my beer is still out there. Stephanie White play RJ. That's a good question. She didn't even play KK, so I don't know. Maybe she's just holding on to rookies. We don't know what's gonna happen. I'm really out of the loop, dog. I'm really out of the loop. I don't know what the Fever are going to do. I was about to say the Ravens. I'm looking at this hockey. I don't know what I'm talking about. Go get Timmy. I mean, it was rumors about Timmy not gelling in the locker room. I don't know what's up with that. Boston Timpson, Billings. Okay. So you're saying that'll be the backup? Timpson could step up. That's if Stephanie White give her a shot. Don't sleep on Justine. Hey, I've been telling people about Justine before the draft, fam. So I'm not sleep on her. I'm not sleep on her. I actually want her to come out knocking shots down in a major way. I want her to have some playing time. Man. We're going to need the size. We're going to need the size, dog. Yeah, she only 6'2". And I saw people talking about Rebecca Allen at the 4. Look, man, what sauce you want on that chicken? When I saw people saying, hey, go get Rebecca Allen, put her at the 4, I'm like, whoa. She's 6'2", she's small, like slim. I get she plays tall, but man, come on now. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. That's a nah, dog. Nah. We didn't need Rebecca Allen. We don't need a 6'2" at the 4. But the Allen pick, I mean, she's 6'1". Will they put her at the 4? At least she's strong. I think she's stronger than Rebecca Allen. But still, man, I don't want that size deficiency down there, dog. I don't want that at all. So, I mean, from what I'm seeing, they're going to need a backup big for AB, whoever they're going to use for that. If you're putting Posada at the 4, very small roster this year, but I feel like we got – oh, hold on. I was reading Chris. Feel like we got the role players we need. Look, skill-wise, Adding Passat, man, it makes me happy. I can't hold you. And I do believe the Indiana Fever have the skill, but size is going to be a huge factor, man. When you're going against the Liberty, come on, man. The Dream, we see what the Dream done loaded up with. Ah, man, we see what they done loaded up with. Seattle, they have 2 6'6" players who are skillful, by the way. Come on, man. Who are skillful. So I'm just saying, man, we're gonna get put in those mismatches, pick and rolls, man. They're gonna pick us apart if we don't have size. We don't have that size, man. I'm worried. But honestly, and I might be the only one that feel like this, but I would definitely take an offensive, like a strong offensive player who lacks defense over a strong defensive player that lacks offense. Stick with me. Why this loud car passed? The reason I say that is because on defense, we can at least hide you. We can at least, have a help side D coming, right? We can try to put you in the corner. You got help on defense, but offense, if you're not scoring and the defense don't have to worry about you, they don't have to play honest. They could crowd the paint. They could mess up our entire offense, man. So, yeah, that's just how I view players. I at least need you to get some buckets. At least get some buckets. We can figure out the defense. We can figure out the defense, dog. But, yeah, man, if you can't score at all, you're just a cone. I can't work with it, man. I can't work with it. So, yeah, that's my mindset picking players. Of course you want them to be able to play both sides of the ball, But, yeah, if I had to pick out of a player that plays fantastic defense, doesn't really have the offense, and a player that has the offense, don't necessarily play fantastic defense, that's who I'm going with. That's who I'm going with. Daisy, look, I'm not even talking about right now. I'm just saying that's my philosophy on players. That's how I think. That's how I'm looking at players. But, yeah, man, that's how I feel about it. Overall, I like Seattle's picks. I like what the Dream did. A little confused with the Olivia Miles. The Azzi. I'm a little confused on that as well. Who else? Like, it was just some picks that I was scratching my head on, but some picks where I'm like, oh, that makes sense. That fits perfectly. The Valkyries. I like the Valkyries too, man. I like the Valkyries, although they did a crazy trade. But they still got some shooting there. They still have some shooting. I think Flau'jae is a better defender. But, yeah, I mean, I guess they just wanted some shooting, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what they had going on with that. But Tempo had a nice first-round pick. I like that. My camera got a mind of its own. All right. There we go. That Barker pick, late Barker pick, that was a solid pick, dog. That was a solid pick. Can't hold you. Solid pick on that late Barker pick. Yes, the Sun did good too. I like the Suns. Their picks made a lot of sense. Mystics made a lot of sense. Only the Cody pick. I didn't understand the Cody pick. Mystics are the real winners. They had a lot of picks, so it's tough to say. It's it's tough to say like, yeah, they had the best draft because they had the most picks, you know. So just looking at who had that one pick in the first round, didn't necessarily have another one, and who had a nice pick in the late rounds of the draft. I like the Aces late pick and the Dream. They did a good job. Sun had 2 of them in the first round. They did a pretty good job. So it's a few teams that did their job, man. Shout out to them. I like Cody, but I don't know where she fits. That's my biggest thing. I mean, she's strong, physical, gets downhill, uses strength a lot. And it looked like she was trying to stretch the floor, but she didn't necessarily shoot that well, if I'm being completely honest. But yeah, I'm trying to understand that fit, because you have Bets and Shakira and Kiki, and that's that's a lot of big going on, man. That's big on big going on. Yeah. My goodness, the Mystics love their bigs in the front court, man. They love it. But with Amore coming back, we're gonna see how they function, man. We're gonna see how they function. Citron, come on, man. Come on, man. No problem, Tanya. Hey, we actually gonna raid somebody, man. Who's still live right now? Who y'all want to raid? Let me see if any of my brothers live right now, man. Oh, wait. I know Mick was live. Is Mick live? Ah, dang, he off. Hold on. What about Vision? Vision off too. Dang, everybody off. Is Pope live? Nope, Pope not live either. Dang. What about Rachel? All right, well, I guess I'm the last one, man. We're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I thought we could raise somebody, but I guess not, man. Hey, much love. I appreciate y'all. Look out for the videos. It's gonna be fun. Much love. Y'all know what forever love yourself is, man. Stay fly. All right. Is Quita on? I don't know. Let me see. Is she on? We can raid on. I don't think I'm sub to her. What is going on? Oh, okay. I don't know if I'm sub to her. I don't think. Oh, Quita is on. Okay. All right, we can raid Quita. Hold on, let me get a link. All right, I'm gonna drop the link. All right, there we go. Yeah, man, y'all load up on her, man. Shoot, she over there talking. I appreciate y'all once again. Much love, man. Much love, man. It means a whole lot that y'all come in, show love, talk basketball with me. But I'm gonna see y'all on the next one. All right, y'all stay safe out here. Have a great rest of your night.